I want a sandwich. Now. Oh, sandwich wench. Yo, wench. Sandwich. Now. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. I'm going to need a sandwich. A sandwich. A sandwich. Oh, sandwich wench. I want a sandwich. Sandwich.
Hi, hope you're all well. Welcome to another Not Worth the Cork, first one 2024. That's it.
Yes, we are in the new year and we've already forgotten who we are and what we're doing.
It's because we're in a different location, folks. We are actually in the bar.
We are in the bar.
Bar. And we are going to be, provided there are no audio issues, we are going to be sampling a number of Irish whiskies for our pleasure. Yours can be considered as a pleasure as well if you like, but quite frankly, we don't care if you like it or not. Well, we do care if you watch, though.
Yes. Please watch, please like, please share.
Yes, please do.
Enjoyment is optional.
Yes. We hope you're all well today. We are going to be sampling one of our favourite Irish whiskies. There are in total 8 bottles, but we're only going to be sampling 5 of them, I think. Yeah, 5. Because we have a heavy weekend until Tuesday, so we don't really want to go too far. And Dave is the barman today, not myself, which is a win. If there are any audio issues, echoes, problems, keep them to yourself. No, I'm kidding. Do let us know, because we do want to improve if we can. This rudimentary setup is quite interesting, because I've had to drag a desk into here so my laptop can be visible, and yeah.
Yeah, we are working on improvisation and
Yes.
a very fabulous bar.
Hello to another guy, V. Hello, Paisley, Michael. Hello, Brian. Hello,
Yempy.
Hope you're all doing fantastic. We're quite excited. It's not the warmest in here. We have tried, but it's not the warmest. You're trying that. You're the barman.
It's a bit big for my head.
It's a bit big for your head. Isn't it? It's weird. 'Cause it's big on your head. It's quite tight on my head. It's for those who don't know, one of the rules on my bar. Thusly named the Marlborough Bar.
Do we have the Infinity Dram?
Well, we'll forgo that today.
We're already breaking rule number
you're
1.
skipping ahead a step. You're skipping ahead a step. The rules of the Marlborough Bar include wearing a captain's hat and certain drink etiquette. To help me at the moment protect the top from spillages, I'm using a gaming mat, which has a USB light on it.
Yeah.
I haven't plugged it in because I can't be arsed. Although that would have been nice, but it's too wide for the bar anyway. But we have got the ceramic heater on here, and Dave has nudged it.
Yeah, sorry.
There you go. Please don't. If I have to, I'll move it over here if we have to. I don't mind.
David's just superheating himself on the
Yeah,
ceramic.
you are superheating. You're charging your faulty Kryptonian skin cells. Hello, Michael. Hope you're well. What button? Who am I? Basically that, yes. We do hope you're all having a great day, though. And don't forget to smash the like.
Yempy has ears.
It's because we're a lot closer. This microphone, to make sense, is literally sat on the bar, and we are right in front of it on either side.
Yeah. This is probably the loudest I will ever have been, because I'm about a foot from the microphone.
Barely that, yeah. I put it on omnidirectional, so you should be able to hear Dave as well as you hear me. The only difference being, obviously, I'm more accustomed to projecting my voice in this setting.
And you don't have the nasal voice to start with anyway.
Well, nasally is not necessarily an indicator of a lower volume. It just means you have something that makes your voice sound very different.
I'm very aware that my voice sounds terrible coming out the other end of that.
Says the guy, do I have to go and get my original microphone and plug it in so you can understand how I've still got my OG mic. It's so bad. It really is. I can't improve it. Yeah, so we thought we'd try and this year with what we want to do. we're going to try and improve on the streams, try and get better views.
Yep.
So we thought we'd start by doing some distilleries that are well known. This is the first of 2 while Dave is here. There'll be a second one on Wednesday, but we haven't got one of the whiskies yet. It's actually going to be a birthday whiskey on Monday, which is when somebody's birthday is. And
I don't know who that is.
fuck knows.
Ah,
And,
friends of their family.
Must be. No, his is tomorrow,
No, his is today.
14th.
Oh, I thought it was today. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough.
I know this because he's literally day before me.
Fair.
That was what I was trying to avoid saying. Well done.
Well, you said it, not me.
I had no choice because you fucked it. Anyway, we're going to start with Jameson's because it's legitimately the very first bottle of whiskey I ever bought properly, and I think it's Dave's as well.
I don't think it's the first one I bought, but it's the first whiskey I ever had as a proper whiskey,
count
and
it.
it got me into whiskey.
Did you pay for it?
Bought the measure at the bar in Dublin, yeah.
That counts. We count it.
Probably about the cost of a bottle, judging by their prices.
That's typical city behaviour, is it not?
Especially Temple Bar in Dublin.
Well, I'd say the same for any city, really. Yeah. Although you could argue it's rumoured that a lot of the quality is improved in the countries they come from, like Irish whiskey. Similar thing.
Everyone says Guinness is better if it's in Ireland than when it's transported.
So I've heard that's true, and then I've heard people say actually there's also a similarity in the quality of the Irish with alcohol and the canned non-alcohol. But I understand why the quality would be different, because it's not as fresh.
It's not that far for it to come, though. It's not like
Yeah, but
whiskey
it is if it's,
that comes from Japan.
yeah, but a lot of people say it is different. Other ones in America.
Yeah, true.
It's crossing an ocean, changing pressure multiple times. It's not going to be the same. Also, isn't it a can?
Yeah, it's pressurised. You'd think the pressure wouldn't be a problem in a can, but
You'd think, but I've seen the warping. It's not ideal. But yeah, we're going to do Jameson's first, and on Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday, 17th, we'll be doing a McCullen stream.
Yes.
I had originally suggested I was going to go with Fiddick because I thought that was a bigger name, but we'll do McCullen. And if Dave's wrong and it doesn't do well on views, of course he'll get blamed for it.
And I'm sure there'll be a suitable punishment of me having to drink some Fiddick 12.
How dare you? Oh no, Fiddick 12, that's fine, yeah. Punishment enough. Hello, Leona, hope you're well.
What punishment did you have in mind? Do I need to get lubing up?
No, I thought when you said you were going to drink, I was going to be like, oh, what a punishment. You have to drink. Then you just had to go and put Fiddick 12, and I thought, well, okay, I guess we're going down that path. I was just going to make you have a drink. I didn't think Fiddick 12, to be honest.
Good evening, Leona.
Yes.
Just to creep her out early.
Well, you've got to start. Yeah.
Start with me to go on.
I'd like to get the chat rate up, so we're going to have to refrain from being too sexual, because I think it might push people away.
Yes.
And of course, we want people here, and there isn't anyone here yet.
No.
Yes. Although it has been about 2 months since we did one of these, so that might be against us.
Have we shielded it in all the places, Twitters and Discords and?
Yeah.
Cool.
I can promote it again streaming now, but I think I did it on the main channel, and my as I've been told multiple times, and I hate saying it over and over again, my community are dickheads.
Well, like creator, like
not in that, not in this way. No, because I am at least consistent enough to support people.
Well, you got the important word, Leona. At least you got that one.
What?
She said, all I heard was David say lube.
That sounds about right.
For the engagement, indeed. Yes, please do help with said engagement.
Yeah, we would appreciate that. It helps us. We want to converse, if possible. We are going to we're going to go through all the Jamesons in my collection, because I have an actual collection. Dave has a couple, but not here. Obviously, there's no point bringing his standard when I've got a standard. There's no point bringing his stout when we're not going to open it anyway.
No, yeah, or my black barrel when you have a black barrel.
I have that in overproof, which is the one we're going to open because it's already open. Yeah. My black barrel's already open. There's no point us going through all 8 because they're not that strong. They're still 40% mostly. I think overproof's 50. I think single barrel's 43 or 46. That's 50%. So overproof is 100 proof. That's why. Careful the edge on the bin there, Dave.
Yeah. It is just balanced.
Yeah, no, it's a curved top.
I'll have to get
it's 40%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I put it in my notebook. That's how I know the 18. For those who don't know, Dave's fiddling and he's not telling you what he's doing.
Sorry. I'm bending down to pick up a box to look at what is on the box to find the information I want is not on the box. So I put the box down again.
It's the only one I had Jameson's I have that has a box. It's made of wood. It's the Jameson's 18, which we'll get to at the end. Stop skipping the journey. You're as bad as my niece. Stop skipping the story and enjoy the adventure. What's wrong with you, you uncultured swine?
Well, I would say something, but it won't make sense to everyone else on the stream.
No, it wouldn't. So we'll refrain. Okay, so as Dave is the barman,
Good evening.
he is. He's going to have to get the.
What can I get for you this evening?
Well, standard Jameson's would be nice for us.
Oh, well,
in a limited
do I
edition
have
bottle.
some? Oh, you're in luck. I have some of that behind the bar.
Yes, indeed. So this is, as you can see, the most of the selection available today, but there is actually some missing in the form of, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the Jameson's Stout is missing from this image because I forgot to get it to take the photo with all of them.
Fair enough.
But this is an unopened bottle. It's a screw top, which baffles me.
I was going to ruin the surprise by having to listen to the cork pop and it not be a cork pop.
In that case, make that pop.
So,
careful with the.
here we
heater,
go,
though.
folks. We are opening a fresh bottle. Ooh.
So this one's a collector. It's meant to be a limited edition bottle because it's a football thing on it. On my wish list is they're different colours. And
Yeah.
I just grabbed one to sort in Tesco, and also my standard was empty, and I was like, well, I have to have a standard.
Yeah.
But they got
Football label. And
the one I
football
wanted was
kit.
the one I want to get is the one that's on the wish list, the one with Dickies on it,
Yeah.
because I like the brand. But Dave's the barman today. Oh, glug 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 glug.
Plug to it.
I will pull up for those who are curious.
Say.
This is the Jameson's in question. It is, quite frankly, a treat. I'm going to be quite clear from the a point here. Also, I can't go backwards on images and start again. So if anyone wants to, so Yempi, ask me to go back and look at a previous image. Imagine a middle finger is in your face. It's going to be there for a while.
Yes.
I'm going to turn that music off because I actually need to be able to see the chat.
Right.
I can't keep going over there to do it.
Fine, I have-
No, because you can have it on your end as well. We're basically using our phones for chat.
Yes.
Well, if I don't press play on the video, actually, I should be all right.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
The one with the wooden box looks like a fancy vampire edition. So
Well,
we'll get to
there.
that.
We'll
We'll
get
get to that.
Now who's skipping ahead, Yempi? God.
Yeah, well, monkey see, monkey do, David. Monkey see, monkey do.
True. Very true. We'll water that after.
We'll deal with that later.
Yeah.
So, David has told multiple times the story of how he got into Jameson's. Mine is slightly different. Mine was just, I don't know if I bought it or someone else. I think I bought it. I lived in Norwich, second year, bought a bottle of whiskey, put it in the Optic. Didn't know anything about it. I really didn't because I wasn't really. I didn't drink whiskey
I
back
was
then.
just
In fact,
remembering it being in the Optic.
well, yes, everyone does that. It was there for a long time because one of my housemates turned 21 a year later, and there was still some
Yeah.
left, and it was kind of. But I didn't start properly drinking like whiskey or getting involved until that one up there, the Glenmorangie 10,
Yeah.
which I still have, which has been refilled because you've got to protect it.
Yes.
But
Can't let that one run dry.
well, I never will. The Jameson's one's a bit of a strange one because it was easier to drink than that. I didn't like that at first. It was Glenmorangie 10. I thought it was too sharp. But as I got older, I found it to be a bit more,
Yeah.
well, smoother. Palates develop and evolve over
bit more
time.
used to
But
what we were
with
drinking
Jameson's, it was always the same. And for those who are interested and curious, we do have our official whiskey glasses for the stream. They were paid for off the wish list by, bought off the wish list by Ragamuffin.
Yes. Thank you, Ragamuffin, if you're here.
Who's not here. And we do appreciate that. Any support, in fact. To the point Dave's taking another bottle of whiskey home with him.
Yes, Dave is doing well out of these visits now.
Yeah, well, wish list stuff. We have a deal in place. And we have a trip to Norwich. I'm going to Norwich next Monday on the 22nd.
Yeah.
On the 24th, when I get paid by YouTube, we're going to go to the whiskey shop. Any donations
Spoiler
received...
alert.
Yep. Right. Okay. On the 24th, we're going to go. And so any donations received will go towards the goal at the top of the screen. If you would like to support us, the money will be split right down the middle. So even if someone wants to be a pedantic shit and do like £1, that's quite all right. Because that will go towards and go be cut right down the middle with David. Thought I'd
Also,
share
the
that.
MP is going to donate something that doesn't divide by 2.
It's not physically possible. It's legitimately not possible.
I was going to do like £1.33 or something like that.
They take a cut. Thankfully,
Ah,
that
okay.
cut would actually even it out.
Fair enough.
So people don't realise how PayPal works. They take a cut and it changes the very nature of everything. I'm going to move that because it actually bugs me to touch the bottom. I'm not going to move it again, but I'll put it over here for now.
Put it on the corner of the laptop. Laptop wearing a hat.
Soon.
No, never slough.
At least it's not Slough. Very true. Well, Slough, there's a posh area, Slough. There's some mansions in the outer rim.
That'll be the green belt they developed.
Yeah. Well, no. There's a couple mansions hidden there. They're just very obscure. I know this because of a Sidemen YouTube video. They did a cheap holiday and expensive one, and the cheap one was a shitty, easy hotel in London. The expensive one was a mansion in Slough. They got a crappy train to get there as well.
Nice.
They had to pay. It was very, very amusing, I thought. So
Okay, don't know. Great, thanks, Jompy. Just
I believe when we did a list of like I donate on YouTube, it's coffee, you fucking moron.
honestly,
Although
someone teach the German how to internet.
I found it fascinating when I was while you were hanging out with literally everyone else, I was looking at the tasting notes for this whiskey, and I found it fascinating because I'd never really bothered to look and see what it said because I just thought it's a good drinker, you know.
I don't think I have either.
I found it really odd because I looked at it and I thought, why have I never looked at this? How do I not know this?
Why is it not imprinted on my brain?
Well, it's weird because I've had a couple bottles of Jameson over the last 2 years. I think I've gone through two. One was a standard that was one of 4 bottles given to me on my birthday. I just thought, okay, easy, bit of fun, sat there, casual drink, easy, nice. The second one was the IPA one that was also ridiculously easy to drink. Says the boomer, unironically spoken from the boomer who said YouTube instead of coffee.
Yes.
Which you could use a different name and I wouldn't know.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for trying.
I don't know what pot calling kettle black is in German, so you'll have to translate that one
Is it
for yourself.
pot call or popcorn? Pot
calling the kettle black.
Someone might have said Norfolk popcorn there.
True. She'll have to translate herself.
Did you know? What do you notice on the nose of the Jamesons?
Well, as long as I don't breathe out first, it won't be my own breath.
So there's something here I never knew.
Not a lot, to be honest.
Yeah, so that's the thing. In the tasting notes, it says a full and floral nose, smooth sweetness of marmalade fudge for a hint of Madeira, and a little cut grass note emerge. I'm like, this is too smooth for this. Madeira is a weird one because we had last night a Madeira cask finished whiskey with Dad.
We did.
And that was obvious. I feel like want us to go
having had you just read that and then sniffing it.
The grass bit, I guess I can get, but
maybe the marmalade. I can get a little bit of a sweetness of something, so the marmalade could be that.
Maybe, but marmalade has a bit of zest to it, doesn't it?
Orange, yeah.
Yeah, I don't really.
Which we aren't mentioning tonight.
I don't really notice it. I just think it's a really smooth, vanilla-y,
It smells. I don't want to make this sound like medical clean, but it smells clean.
Hello, old guy gamer. Hope you're well today. And she's speaking loser in the chat. Would love to try your recommendations, but sober. That's fair. You don't have to worry. As long as we don't make you feel uncomfortable with what we're discussing today, we would love to have you stay. Yeah, if at all you do not feel that way, then that's quite all right. Just smash the like.
Yeah, that is very impressive. Good work on 11 years.
Mine is the absolute opposite, and it will never change. Shall we?
Let us begin.
It's been a while. Tastes sweet, smooth, and cool.
I mean, I'm not sure cool is necessarily a reflection of the whiskey so much as it is the cabin and the bar.
Like smoking, it's cool to do, okay?
Paraffin-y taste.
Stick that between two of your fingers and just...
Yeah. Back to being 17 in a bar in Dublin.
Here, on the palate, thick, good body with notes of orchard fruits, both fresh and cooked with a little vanilla cream. And I agree.
Sorry.
I agree with that assessment.
So you said good body, and the image that popped into my head is Officer Goodbody on Friends, Danny DeVito. That made me laugh.
But he has the best body. Danny DeVito is a god. Did you not know?
Thick.
I wouldn't say thick, but I know it says that there, but the good body notes
Yeah.
of orchard fruits, yeah.
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 And
the
it's
vanilla's
crisp, isn't it? It's not
vanilla's-
sharp, but it's
yeah.
crisp.
The vanilla maintains there's no burn on it.
No.
And that's an Irish trait. Like we could pull out all the Irish whiskies I've got. Well, I haven't got a standard Tullamore.
Pogues. Don't pull that one out.
I don't have that.
No. That would.
What I mean is
That's the exception that proves the rule.
Let's ignore that one because that's not really a standard Irish whiskey. You go if you include proper 12, it's just standard smooth,
Yeah.
no burn.
No.
Standard Bushmills, no burn. Standard Tullamore, no burn. Jameson's, no burn. It's very Irish. Have we got any Irish whiskies? I don't think I do. They're down there, Dave. In the corner.
Down to the bar we go. Right.
Proper 12 in the back corner.
Proper 12, Bushmills 10, Jameson's, Tullamore Dew.
Tullamore cider cask, just to be clear.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's all the Irish there. That's all of it.
Welsh and Islay, then.
If there's any other Irish whiskey, they'll be in my cabinet, and I don't believe there is any in there.
Tullamore Honey, but that's obviously not quite.
That doesn't count. Doesn't count.
No.
No worries. If I'm going to drink, it'll be. Oh, fair enough. No, that's fair. I like this whiskey because it's one of those ones where if you are just sat with a bunch of guys, you can just pull this one out.
Yeah.
This is like top 10. You can just pull it out with everyone, and they'll drink it.
In fact, it was on our tier list as well when we did our tier list stream. I can't remember what we rated it as.
I think we in our tier list we put it as like standard.
This was our like marker whiskey, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the patient zero.
Yeah.
It was the litmus test. It was the baseline. That's it,
Yeah.
baseline. Yeah.
It's our litmus paper for
It was pH 7.
pH neutral.
Yeah, 7. It was lovely. And it still is. It's sweet, easy to drink. It's very versatile, and I don't care for the versatility part, but I can respect that it is.
Yeah. And we just dropped something in for the nerds, so should be some upvotes and some likes from the nerds joining us.
Wait, what?
Science content.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, why not? Yeah. You have your science. I have no idea what he was talking about then for a second. My phone was turned off. Don't do that. Yeah, I think it's a really nice whiskey. It doesn't have a long finish. Obviously, if you're expecting more out of it, you're really looking in the wrong direction. Since a standard bottle of Jameson's you can get for 20 quid.
Yeah.
You don't expect much for that, but you do get a lot for it.
You get an awful lot for it compared to what you would get from most other £20 whiskies.
Yes, I would say it depends on the sale aspect, because if you catch a bottle of Johnny Walker Black, you've got a fairly decent...
True.
There aren't many that go on... I'm looking at it, that's why I was thinking.
Toshi, Auchentoshan and Freewood or Triplewood
a
at
lot of
£22.
Yeah, that's
a lot
pretty...
of the time
That's very, very smooth. I don't think it's as good as this.
You're having to get something on sale.
It's one of those ones where I find it...
to really outdo it,
I find it strange that for such a good whiskey at such a cheap price, that it is the one that doesn't have a cork yet does deserve it. Like Tullamore Standard, no, it doesn't. Bushmill Standard, yeah, they all deserve it. But then you look at the price of this Standard, which is minimum 3 years, with a standard Glenmorangie 10, which is 40 plus.
Yeah,
Taliska's around that as well, 10. But that's
Taliska's,
why they made
that's why
they made Sky and Storm, didn't they? Yeah, they made them for that. But then you have like in a decanter to the side here, Glen Moray Elgin Classic, and that sits £25.
25, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really not expensive, but that's also quite nice. And that versatility and cost is vitally important when you want people to try certain drinks. And then when you're a student, especially, you can have this and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Obviously, my palate...
Chill, have a drink.
Yeah.
Everyone can
younger me
quite
couldn't,
happily drink
because
it.
my younger me didn't really give a crap until I think it was when I got my third birthday whiskey, which was Talisker 10. That I didn't like that at first. But again, there's a palate of evolution over time.
That's quite a hit as well, Talisker 10. Isn't it?
I'll be people he's special. Who's that in reference to?
Could be either of us.
Well, it's a 50-50 chance at this point. I actually don't know. I might have lost track of chat.
It's the owner. Who knows?
The finish says here, medium with spice and honey. So I'm going to say...
Medium, yes.
I thought it was short.
Well,
I thought honey, yes. Spice, no.
No. Unless the spice is vanilla. Maybe. They class vanilla as a spice.
You usually use nutmeg to get the vanilla to enhance. Like, maybe a little, let's get some clove in
cardamom
there.
or something. Yeah, clove or cardamom or nutmeg or something to bring out the vanilla.
Cardamom. That's the point. You carry on talking for a second.
I said cardamom and Meg is leaving the building. I don't know what I've done. I don't know if I've offended him or given him a really good idea. He's no longer in the room. So, yes, we'll see what he comes back with. But yeah, no, this is one that we've always pretty much had, and we've very much enjoyed drinking this over the years. It's been our FIFA whiskey at points. It's been our just general sit and drink whiskey. It's been well travelled in our whiskey careers. He has returned.
Let's find out.
He has a candle. Okay, I don't know if he's going to try and eat the candle and drink the whiskey.
No. Cardamom.
No, there's none of that in there.
Cardamom and sage. I have a cardamom and sage candle. That's why I went to go and check. I like the bottom of things.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
like
lit it.
cardamom. Cardamon's nice.
I like props. They're very handy.
Oh, me, I'm special. Well,
Oh, it was David. Oh, fair enough. I appreciate the indication of our specialness.
that's fine. They're just being sliced cookies for her.
To those joining, please remember to hit the like. It helps the channel.
We actually do that.
We are going to be.
I don't have the option to do that.
You do that, and then you do it. Yeah?
Over there.
You're an idiot.
Go over the side.
Duly noted.
In the middle.
You get back. Just
I
go
thought I
there.
had.
You are such a boomer. Right. Anyway, so do you have any stories involving Jamesons?
Well, I was just
Standard.
as an overall saying about how it's been part of our sort of whiskey with FIFA whiskey and things.
It was a victory sip. Didn't last long.
I mean, my main story is obviously how I got into whiskey.
Yeah, I think to an extent it could be applied to me as well, because I really didn't like a lot of the when I was younger. I didn't like the sharper flavors from the Highland whiskies, because Highland whiskies have a weird sharpness to them that took me a while to sort of get beyond. And obviously Isla's I couldn't get into at first. I just thought I'd suck it up because of Lord John Marbury, Earl of Croy,
Baroness of Bricey,
Marquis or whatever, of Crawley, sure.
Yeah, no, it's well, when you don't like Guinness and you're in Ireland, you need to drink something else Irish. So
you know what, Guinness is a hit or miss. It's a hit or miss dish. It's it's a dish.
Yeah.
It's so bloody thick. Honestly,
yes.
You can waterboard somebody for all the state
secrets. I'm trying to work
secrets.
out now whether Guinness is thicker or not than my mum's custard.
No, depends. Are we including the residue scraped off the bottom of the pan, which is a layer,
or the residue that couldn't be scraped off the bottom of the pan?
If you get it in one go, first of all, if you get it in one go, first of all, the pan's saved. Second, you're not a virgin, and third, you can use it as a carry bag. Your mother is quite the talent, and I look forward to sampling her delectable beef Wellington when I get there week after.
There'll be no custard involved, so we should be safe.
Depends what pudding is.
It won't be an apple pie. The rule is no apple pie after beef.
But why not?
Because then I have to pick between more beef or apple pie.
What's wrong with that?
David doesn't pick between beef and apple pie.
Why not? Do you like both?
Because David has beef, yes.
But
David always has beef.
Yeah, but Meg.
This is like when David always has tiramisu.
Meg will always eat pudding, so it doesn't matter. I'll be having me more serious. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Giant X in the chat from everyone to doubt, please.
Yes. Of all the whiskies we got today, this one is the easiest shot, hands down. It's the easiest, not because they get any harder. It's just this one doesn't feel wrong doing it. As far as like stories on my part go, Dave is right. There aren't many stories. It was a stream whiskey. The IPA one.
It got us into whiskey, but from there, it's not really been a highlight whiskey, has it?
No, it's just it's a guarantee. You can drink it and not be fucked. You can drink it and enjoy it and know you're enjoying your time. It's just fun, really. Actually, I quite enjoy that aspect. I don't really.
It's not about not eating my meat. It's about picking between having extra helping of the extra helping of meat or having some dessert afterwards.
Just as a segue, a distraction, I guess, before we move on. Dave is obviously predicating this on one assumption, a poorly thought out one, where he hasn't considered that I would eat the rest of the meat before he got to it, because I eat a lot faster than he does, which is why typically there's more on my plate. Not today, but typically there is, because I'm a very fast eater.
Have more chips. You had a few more chips.
Not that I noticed. My mouth was on fire.
You put too much peri-peri on them.
No, I haven't had it in a while, so my mouth wasn't tolerant to it. I ate it and I was like, my lips were burning, and I thought, I haven't had this in ages, have I? Yeah. Must be that. Fair enough. I'm going to yellow swag fam this one because it's not even it's a Dave sip. Yellow swag
Cheers.
fam. Nice sip, nice swig, nice shot.
Yeah, that's very smooth.
Yeah, it is. It is.
We attempt the water from the
Dave is
cumbersome jug.
Dave is going to be using my brand new water jug that is glass molded around a piece of wood. So it sits on a branch in a very particular way, provided Dave doesn't get too drunk and fuck it up. It's a fun addition to our streaming novelties. And if you're in Discord and you're a patron or a member, you'll be able to join a VC tomorrow where we'll be actually using some of the whiskey on a decanter that's on a piece of wood.
And if you are in the Discord, please do check out. Do you want it in the bar or in the galley for now?
What?
The picture of the water jug.
Galley.
Galley.
We're not doing it in the bar, are we? We're
True.
not there.
Yes, if you are on the Discord, do check out the picture in the galley.
Yes,
that is
please do.
the very fancy water jug we are using.
Yes, we have a decanter next to it that will be a picture of tomorrow, which has Talisker 10, as the VC is Talisker based for samples we have. We are very excited to be doing that. We're not going to rate any of these whiskies right now, just to be clear, there's no point. But we know that we started with Jameson Standard for a reason, because it is the standard. It's the baseline, it's where we go. There's a chance I've made an error in images with what we're about to go next, because I don't think...
Well, we can bounce.
Actually, it's not an intended drink.
Oh,
So-
okay. Oh, fair enough. That's fine. We can chat.
So, Jameson's Black Barrel.
Ah,
Now, I have a bottle because I bought it in Tesco. I recently got sent a bottle with a hip flask. I kept the hip flask. I've got it under the table, under the bar, in fact. I intend to use it on the train when I come up to yours to get through the horrendous train journey and read a book.
or two.
Jameson's recently started introducing new versions, but the one they haven't done yet is they haven't done a rum cask, whereas Tullamore have and Bushmills have. Jameson's haven't,
No.
but they did do a charred cask.
There's a wine cask either, have
I don't know. We'll have to go through what I've got. But they have done charred cask, and I think Bushmills have. They've done Black Bush.
they? Yes.
That must be charred cask. Tullamore have not.
No.
Although I have done a 15-year-old called Phoenix. I think that is, but that's more expensive and
That
hard.
would make sense.
It's more expensive and it's rarer.
Yeah.
Whereas Jameson's have done standard, black barrel, charred cask, but it doesn't taste like a typical charred cask.
No.
When you think of a charred cask whiskey, what do you think, David?
Generally, they kind of smell and taste like you've got your face 4 feet from a bonfire.
Well, that's the more extreme version, which is right next to you, oddly enough, in the little sample that
Well,
my dad
yeah.
smelt last night and agreed was a bit too much. But the lighter versions, like the Ilse Bay that I have,
Yeah.
it can be more,
More pleasurable.
yeah. The Tokakagara is
Yeah.
smoky as well, the smoky too. It can be,
A mild, just a pleasant, warming smoke.
yeah.
that
I've got
kind
monkey
of,
shoulder, smoky monkey as well.
Yeah.
It depends.
It makes you
on-
think of sitting in front of a warm fire in a pair of slippers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does vary depending on the distillery, I guess. Like the Ilse Bay is a sweet smoke.
Yes.
And that is not the same as the Tokakaga, which is very much punch in the face, which is
Yeah.
compared to the Talisker 8 is actually just someone going
Just a light tap on the shoulder.
with,
Yes.
with the little finger, you know.
Yeah. You think you've been punched in the face, and then Talisker turns up, and then it's like you've been punched in the face, kicked in the balls, had your
Yeah.
eyes gouged out,
Yeah.
and stabbed 15 times.
So whereas you have that, then you have Jameson's Black Barrel that doesn't taste remotely like that. It tastes nothing like that. In fact, it is a complete swerve. Give me a second. I'm going to find out where I put the image because I think I cocked this up. You carry on talking.
But one of the interesting things about Jameson Black Barrel, though, is that a certain mod, who shall remain nameless, Leona, also has a bottle of said whiskey. So we all seem to have acquired them at roughly the same time.
I got mine a year ago.
Okay,
But-
but Castor in it.
But the one that was sent to me
Yeah.
was very recent to her.
Um,
Hers was a gift. Yours was a gift. Mine, I bought myself.
So what we have actually decided to do, since all three of us have one of these, and technically Well, we don't know how this happened given she's a gnome. Since we are all friends, Meg pulls a face. We have decided that we will all drink this together when we drink it, possibly on VCs when Meg is doing streams. But this is kind of like our little mod whiskey, if you will.
So I have a little confession to make here. So when we all sat in a VC, I think we were all drinking Black Barrel. We were playing Little Nightmares,
Yes,
was it?
you were playing Little Nightmares. We were drinking
Yeah,
it.
no, mine was still here. I couldn't get up and get out because it was raining so heavily. I was drinking Bushmills 10.
Well, it's
I had no choice.
in the same ballpark.
I had no choice because it was raining so heavily I couldn't get up here to go and get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not going all the way up here to get a dram of Black Barrel when but I'm just not going to tell him because I felt so bad. I was like, I was literally here. But I wasn't in the cabin. I wasn't here doing this.
I literally went home specially to get that so I could do that.
Yeah, but you two got to enjoy that, and also Bushmills 10's fun. I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have Black Barrel, which we have tasting notes for, which are these, but we're not drinking these. We're not going to be drinking this. We're actually going to drink its more powerful brother, where the tasting notes are the same, just stronger. It's limited edition. It's called Black Barrel Overproof, which is 100 proof, 50%, as opposed to the standard Black Barrel, which Dave can tell you the ABV of under the bar. I think it's 40 or 43.
It is 40.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of the Irish whiskey, a lot of Jamesons are, whereas that's
No point
50.
doing that.
Oh,
I was going to compare the colour,
For
that's a black bottle.
This makes sense. Dave just tried to compare a ceramic bottle with that.
So the Black Barrel is just a fairly dark whiskey.
Yeah.
The Black Barrel Proof,
It's-
I just went like, I'll compare the colours. Oh, wait, that's a black bottle. I can't.
It's not black bottle, it's ceramic. He wouldn't be able to see through it even if it was white.
Well, true. Yeah.
But we have I thought we did the overproof because I like it more, to be honest. But also, how cool is that?
That is pretty awesome.
We've done it before. We have had it on a cask strength stream here.
Yes.
And I didn't tell Dave about it, and I was like, I got one more. And I pulled it out, and he's like, oh, this is different. I like this. This could be fun.
It's different.
Have you had your water, by
It's
the way?
interesting.
You have, yeah. Okay, so this one differs. It's more expensive, by the way, a lot more expensive.
You will note one very key difference when I begin the opening process.
Go on. You really didn't think that through, did you?
No.
Because that thud is going to ring through their ears.
Headphone warning.
Perhaps when you're doing that,
I'll
lean back a little because your elbow is right here as well. And I'm like, he's going to hit that. That's a 200-pound thing from Turkey. Please don't break it. I beg. Yes, it's Jameson's Overproof. It's just, it isn't necessarily cask strength per se. It's just 10% stronger. There aren't many Jamesons that are actually cask strength. The 18 does a cask strength called Bow Streak, because that's where it comes from. But they don't actually do a standard cask strength. They don't actually. A lot of the Irish don't really, because it just ruins the whiskey. I find. I was paying attention to the game. Oh, fair enough. I hope you're enjoying whatever game you're playing on your Steam Deck. Yeah, that didn't sound great. Yeah, that was Dave doing a boomer because he doesn't know his surroundings.
Sorry, Joe.
Hi, Joe, by the way. I hope you're having a wonderful day. But yeah, I thought we'd do this one because these tasting notes are the same.
Basically, please see above, but turn up to 11.
For the sake of it, if you're watching this on playback, please don't do that and turn the volume down to 2. I'd like you to actually come back and watch stuff again and not think that Dave's going to be a twat every time he opens a bottle.
No, I meant the tasting notes is basically turn the previous whiskey up to 11, was what I meant.
Oh, a Spinal Tap thing. Okay.
Yeah, basically, here's the tasting notes for Black Barrel. Tasting notes for Black Barrel Proof is see previous, turn it up to 11.
May as well be. They're not that much different. And, well, I think it's a lot harder to get the tasting notes because on that image, there's a lot. There's a lot here. It says here on the nose, rich and fruity, with notes of tropical fruits, coconut, nectarines in yogurt, guava, and a thick core of sweet cereals. Now, to me, that is not a charred cask.
No. Fruity tropical, yes.
That's someone rubbing Rubicon on the cask.
Yes. The mango.
Yeah, it basically is that. And I find that fascinating because this is such a... It's triple distilled Irish whiskey.
It's even got a special symbol on it to say 50%.
But I think it's because that's the novelty with Americans. This is a lot harder to find here. that's the only one I could get my hands on. It feels like that novelty with a lot of Americans. No offense to anyone who is American. It's not a shot at you. It's just a lot of American alcohol channels. They brag about the ABV. They're like, oh, I love this burn at this higher percentage. I'm like, that's not.
Yeah, but I suppose it goes along with their quantity over quality.
Well, then there's one that does. There's one that does a lot of bourbons, and he said his favourite Scotch was Abala Abuna. Although he said Abunda because he's an idiot.
Yeah.
It's Abuna. Says the guy who also knows someone opposite who say Abunda as well.
Abonad.
Well, yeah. if you're speaking in a very literal sense, yes. Yeah. But the it is a high ABV, yes, but that doesn't necessarily. It's not necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's not the hook of the drink. The flavour profile is actually quite important. Although some of the guys doing the tasting stuff, they look at it and they go, their nose is right, and then their eyes get bulgy. Their head sideways, their nose is right. I don't. They try to do nosing glasses, and I find it quite cringy.
Well, that's also because you have to watch me try and get my nose in a nosing glass.
Yes, well, thankfully you've got glasses so big that you can fit your nose and most of your face into. Actually,
I can actually get my entire nose in a glass.
Yeah, there's a contour here on the edge of the glass where you can just slide your nose in quite comfortably. I don't smell as much. What do you smell?
I don't smell as much as that, but I can get kind of light fruitiness to it.
I found that there's more on the nose of the standard than this, and yet this is stronger.
See, I don't think there's more on the nose of this.
Maybe my nose is blocked and I don't notice. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Perhaps it's just we can pick up different things.
Maybe. Cheers.
Cheers.
Dip. There you go. Proper thing. The palate's a lot more than that.
There's some char there now.
Yeah, but you have to get to 50% to notice it.
Yeah.
So, thick and full on the palate with intense, unctuous creaminess alongside dates, walnuts, and peels. Good peach and coconut notes with a little cinnamon.
There's a little tingle.
Marginal. That's more the finish, I think, though. Although the finish does feel misleading when I'm reading it.
Does it say long?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not.
The fruitiness is very present, but
it's vibrant, isn't it?
Yeah, very. Which is...
There's no burn still.
No, I've just got heartburn from something else.
That was the ribeye.
Probably. Is that what that was?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell. It was very, very chunky.
We did look for tomahawks, but they didn't have any.
No, I mean, I couldn't tell what the steak was because it was so chunky.
Yeah, it was ribeyes.
It was too big for it as typical ribeye.
Yeah. It was not the ginger guy, the other guy, but he recognised us.
Doesn't matter.
He got some nice thick bits of meat.
Fair enough. But yeah, that's quite nice.
Which, for anyone who's interested, I've realised I've forgotten, so I will put meat on the server.
Although for those who are watching the stream or watching it on playback will mean literally nothing. Dave just has some form of mental ADHD. He's just not willing to get diagnosed yet.
Doesn't have a small child in it. There we go.
Yes, well,
meat porn on the server for those interested.
Thank you. I do quite like this. I've yet again on the whiskey side of Jameson's, I've yet to come across a dud whiskey. And I think this was a great idea to invest in because I don't intend to drink this in a hurry. I don't intend to buy a second bottle either. No. I know this will
be
last.
Able to as well. That's going to be the thing in a couple of years' time if you do get for it.
They're a lot harder to find. It took ages to get that one. Yeah. I had to do that quietly on the side. It took forever to find it because I'd heard about it and I was looking. I was trying to find other ones. There's a Jameson's Copper Dog.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, I've seen the bottle, and I was trying to get a distiller's edition, but that's Euro-based.
Yeah, see, I've got the...
I'd have to go to Europe to get it and drive back or something,
yeah,
you know?
Small batch, select.
Yeah. And obviously, Bow Street is a thing. They also have a Jameson's 22 now. That's also cast strength, but you can only get through Whiskey Exchange. Okay. Very limited number of bottles. I think it was 600 in total. Or was it 300? One of those two numbers. Somewhere... It's not many. It's not many at all. But they're all right. Hello, Chavy Duck Quacker. Enjoy your luck. Thank you for being here. We do appreciate it.
Quacky Duck.
But yeah, we're not... Standard Black Barrel would have been the option, but I thought it's me and Dave. We're quite okay with higher...
We could probably manage this one.
Yeah, well, it's the strongest of the lot, which is fine because most sit around 40. I think one's 43. I think that's crested or single pot.
We'll find out when I pull them out.
Yeah, Whereas the 18 we know is 40. I put it in my book earlier.
Yeah.
Prepping it for entry, although this might go in there. I don't think it's in there. I might put it in the book as well.
Yeah.
What was your first try of this was here, wasn't it? Because I poured you a glass, didn't I? Because we weren't sure if you would like it or
I
not.
can't really remember now because that was at the end of the cast strength stream.
Oh, no. I mean Black Barrel. In general, first proper Black Barrel was here. It was in the living room.
Yeah, I mean it was still notably a Jameson's.
Yeah.
Still notably Irish in the fact that it lacked any particular burn.
Mm.
It had a little bit of something extra to it from the cask, and it was a different one, but it was, you could tell its lineage.
Yeah.
It was a variation on a theme rather than being something
fruitier
like completely new.
Yeah, it feels a lot fruitier than the others, I feel. And it did confuse me because I obviously got really excited when I got that, and I showed it to me, tried it, and I was like, this doesn't taste as strong as I thought.
No, I think that was the thing, that it was a different, but it didn't taste as if it was what, I suppose it didn't really taste like what we would consider something charred.
Well, there's that. It says here on the bottle, charred for a rich, smooth taste, higher proof, and non-chill filtered for intensity and depth. So I agree with that because the standard is not. Well, it's this, but it's like getting concentrate and adding water to it.
Yeah.
Black Barrel is the juice you give the kid and you put water in it, you know. Whereas this one's the one you want. Some people might want to add water to get the flavours out of it because they're wrong. Uncultured Philistines.
Yeah, the other one is the one you give, the concentrate level mix you give to kids, and this is the one you give to adults.
That's very true. I agree. Let me just check battery. Okay,
That may need to be assisted.
Very good.
Just bear with us while we are charging the tech.
Anyway, yes. So, Black Barrel proof, Black Barrel in general, is a lovely whiskey.
Yeah,
it really is. And it was nice to see them bring this out because the next one's one I've only had once, and it's one of those ones where I'm kind of like, I didn't initially understand the point of it, but then I got it. It's like original recipe or something. This is really nice though, and yeah, it's a nice step up, and also is quite affordable. It's not much more expensive than a standard Jameson's. Well, this is more expensive.
Yeah,
standard Black Barrel is not. I'll make sure the image of the standard Black Barrel is visible for those who are interested. That bottle is 25 to 30 quid. It's really not expensive. You can get it in most supermarkets.
Yeah. Not with the hip flask, that comes special.
Sometimes like Tesco sometimes have that. Those things are hip flask, like proper 12. It's the pourer for Glenmorangie. It's just that's something that happens.
Yeah, true. Giraffe pourer. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of those. Sometimes it might pop up, but if you want that, get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, again, for the money though, it's another example of a whiskey that probably does punch above its weight for its price point. Perhaps not in the way you'd expect for what we'd probably consider a charred whiskey. But
it's interesting because Jameson's can take those kind of risks. They're one of the biggest selling Irish whiskies, so they can.
I think they're only behind Bushmills, aren't they? I think they're only behind Bushmills, aren't they?
Bushmills could do over 1 million a year. I thought Jameson's did more.
I'm sure that.
Oh, Bushmills was first. Bushmills was second.
Oh no! Well,
it might be the other way around. It doesn't matter.
The first and second, basically.
They're still up there because Tullamore sucks by comparison. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. It's not. It doesn't matter. It's still up there. It sells millions. At least 1 million a year, and so they can take those risks and introduce these. Although the age statement one's a strange one because Jameson's, for the most part, doesn't do an age statement for most of their whiskies. No. Tullamore does.
No, we know they're 3 years minimum because that's the minimum required.
Yeah, but I mean, age statement bottles. They don't
18 and now 22.
Well, and that's limited edition. The 18 is also
21?
limited.
21? Is it 21?
22.
It's just a 22.
Yeah, 18 Bow Street cast strength and 22 which is a cast strength, but that's only done for whiskey exchange, and it's about £600, I think.
I'd be interested if they're doing anything different at the distillery.
Always possible. They might have done a 21 in the past, but the thing with Jameson's is that they really don't do it for younger ages. Tullamore do it at 12. Bushmills do it at 10.
Yeah.
They're the three mains. They're the three main distilleries. The others are there, yes, okay, but we can't include them because they're not. They don't sell as much. Let's compare it to Connemara, a peated Irish whiskey. People aren't going to be interested.
And annoyingly, I can't help much on this route because when I have been there, the Jameson's route, but I was, I think, 12.
What a shame.
So even by British and Irish standards, I was too young to be drinking. Well, by British standards, I was too young to be
Yeah,
drinking
I was
whiskey.
going to say.
Irish
British-
standards, I was probably a bit late, but
But to be fair, a lot of us were drinking when we were kids anyway.
not single malt whiskey or
That's
triple
only because
distilled
the
malt
adults were
whiskey.
too pussy
Yeah.
drinking it themselves.
True. Yeah, my
Okay.
dad didn't drink. When I started drinking Jamesons, I was drinking stronger drinks than my dad because the most he would do was a Scotch and American.
Although he is catching up. He
Yes.
sort of, at least he drinks it neat now.
Now in his retirement, he's
He does drink neat now, though, doesn't he?
yes.
Yeah, whereas your dad didn't at first at all.
No.
My dad does
he
from
moved
time to
from-
time. My dad will sometimes do a neat whiskey.
Well, he did the Bushmills, didn't
I think he knew the rules.
Yeah.
It had to be. But generally he doesn't. Because afterwards he followed that up with a glass of Singleton 14 with lemonade.
he? Yeah.
And that's fine. That's fine. You drink how you want to drink. I will laugh quietly to the side, but that's...
Yeah.
you
In the
judge away.
context of what we were doing, that was fine.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I'm not going to judge anymore. I don't care any. You know, drink how you want to drink. It's not my business. I'm just not going to do it at all. It's just not for me. But I think it was a. Thank you, phone, for turning off again. I appreciate this.
I turned my screen timeout off to like 30 minutes. I'll probably touch my phone at least once every 30 minutes.
Okay, we'll talk to the chat if you know how to do that, and I'll do that on my end.
Words.
Funny.
But yes, no. I say I have been to the Jameson distillery, but I was too young to actually really appreciate it. So it's a shame that it was when I was old enough to drink. It was the Guinness factory I went to, but I wasn't in control of the school trip, so I couldn't do much about it. Although whether they would have had the same things then as they actually sell now, who knows? But I think we've both very much enjoyed the difference of the Black Barrel Proof. I think the extra ABV does elevate it a bit above the standard one.
Yeah.
It does give it a little bit of a difference. It gives it a little bit more power as you drink it. It
I think
does
it's
feel
easier.
like there's more to it.
I think it's still not so high that we can tell the flavours.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
it's not a Talisker special release.
No.
59.9%.
Well, it's not any special release. Some of those are a bit of a challenge. But they're not. It's not so complicated at a higher ABV that it's impossible to work out what it really is. I think it's a really nice solid entry. I like that Irish whiskies. There's only a few ways of doing them, and these are mostly triple distilled. That's interesting because triple distilled usually implies it's got
Oh.
being like purified.
Yeah.
It's removing something
Yeah.
like vodkas.
Yeah, vodka.
It removes a lot of the bite from it. But triple distilling a whiskey makes it smoother.
Yeah.
I'd hate to put that through a Brita. People do it with vodkas. People do it with cheap vodkas and ruin the filter in about a week. But for that week, which is fine, they've saved money by buying cheap vodka and just running through a Brita.
Yeah, you have to then factor in the cost of a Brita cartridge versus better vodka. But,
Yeah.
that's a math equation for someone else to do.
I'm going to shoot the rest.
Also, for those who don't know what a Brita is, we have jugs over here for water and they have filters built in. Brita is the most popular brand, or most well-sold brand.
YOLO swag.
YOLO swag fan.
Another really easy shot, but that's got a bit more bite to it.
That
Not my much.
no, it goes down nice and smooth, but
Oh, yeah.
you can feel it a bit more.
It's very fruity. Incredibly fruity. And I don't mean like a clicky finger, hello sister kind of thing. No, I mean just, it's, lovely.
See,
But it doesn't feel charred. And that baffles me.
so you know how you said that Jamesons haven't done a rum cask?
Have they?
I mean, they don't need to. That kind of works.
I mean,
If you said, if I was to tell you that was a rum cask,
That's a fair point. No, that is a fair point.
it's
Rum-
got
well,
it's
rum
got
casks-
that kind of tropically fruity element that rum cask finishes often have, hasn't it?
You keep talking.
I've thrown a
Mike's
spanner in the works now.
Mike's going to see if he has a rum cask.
Jura? We have a Jura
That's the
behind
right
the bar
side,
somewhere.
right
Yep,
side.
no, red wine, rum cask.
Behind it.
Yep, come on.
We have a rum cask. We can pull out a bottle.
Old Glen Scotia. We have double cask rum cask Scotia.
Scotia. That's the better one. We know it. I'm not saying Jura's not good, but we know that Scotia's good. We've had it. Right, so I bought this Glen Scotia back in August because I had a sample of it. I had a little taste of it. It's not opened, but that's all right. I'm not the barman. Why are you giving that to me?
Ah, Well, I was trying to get up from the bar.
I'm not wearing the hat.
Sorry, do I need to do the whole down the stairs thing and then up the stairs?
Because that's what people on the microphone want to hear. They want to hear you stomping about.
Well,
There's no car. For those who don't know, I have yet to put a
not
rug
much.
down behind the bar or in the cabin main room because I haven't bought one and I won't be able to until the end of the month. So if we get a bit carried away and start stomping about, it's because Dave's a boomer. You fluffed it,
The
mate.
thing was, as soon as I started twisting it, it came out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to have to do something to make this worth it.
You
So I
got
just
cocky.
squeaked
You
it.
got cocky. There we go. Right. So
So it was very light on the... wasn't much resistance on the cork.
That
Basically
smells
out
very,
on the first
very.
route.
That does smell different, but there's a sweetness there that I think you have a point.
A little marzipan-y.
Yeah, you got a point.
But
But I think I remember trying this and loving it. So I do think there's a point. I'm not going to do a glass of that right now, of course. I don't want to waste any valuable nectar inside it. It sits at 46%, which is a preferred ABV apparently. It's a very tall bottle, but it fits behind the bar, so it doesn't matter.
but that's got that kind of
But there's a
vibrant
fruity,
fruitiness to it as well.
If you like very fruity flavors, rum cask is probably the way forward, which is renowned for us. Rum cask is strange because when I think of rum, I think of really dark spice
Yeah,
because I don't generally go
tend
for
to
the
drink dark rum. don't
yeah. So so clearly
going down.
clearly they're not using those ones because that's not the one I go for.
I
Which-
suppose, to be fair, although we have drunk rum, neither of us drink rum, if that makes sense, in the sense of having
No, but I
multiple
think
rums
again,
and-
if rum does get put in front of me, I'd rather it be a darker rum than a gold like a standard gold rum or a white rum.
I mean, when I went on...
Yeah,
I'm being attacked!
you are Zutalur.
Oh, the bin is... when I went to Malta, I was drinking the house rum because the house whiskey wasn't very good. So I was drinking the dark rum.
House whiskey's not normally that good though, is
No.
it? It's abysmal. We need water.
Don't say
not
abysmal.
the fun abysmal, the bad abysmal.
The English abysmal, not the Jerry
No, that's
Giuliani abysmal.
fucking hot. I just put my hand on the ceramic heater, and Dave's right next to it. But I just put my hand on that. That is properly piping hot. I'm assuming you haven't done that in a little while.
I'll put my hand on the heater.
Yeah.
No, I may do in a minute though.
Oh, give it a second. You'll understand when you put
This
your hand on that.
jug is fairly cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'll notice then. It's proper warm in there, isn't it?
Yeah, asbestos hands help.
Well, to be fair, mine are too. But yeah. Hi, Shady Lane. Hope you're having a wonderful day today.
Yes, good evening to
We
everyone
are
in the chat
on
if we've missed you at
Whiskey number 2, but we're actually technically 3 because
all. Agua number 2.
yes, but Black Barrel Proof is what we went for instead of Black Barrel. But I thought we'd do Black Barrel on the screen. Again, another affordable entry. The first entry with a cork in it. Although I should point out, there are 2 more that don't. Not opening those. Well, one is open, but the other is not.
No.
We're not drinking those. We're going to talk about them though because why not? And also it amuses me.
Yeah, so we are not worth a cork. Well, we may be worth a cork, but
this little my dad calls it a podcast, so
Yeah.
I'll go with that.
well,
Although-
he's the man that designed the t-shirt, so which neither of us
Well-
are wearing. We may have to rectify that next
That's
time.
because mine's a double XL and I wear
True.
large.
Yes, yours is like a dress on you.
I mean, I need long body.
His
but
fits both of us in. Let's put it that way.
it's like one of those pajama tops my sisters got for Christmas. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh, they were still so mad.
Ignore that.
They were
It's
so
fine.
mad about that.
It's fine. But yeah, anyway, yeah, we're going to be moving on to another another one that's in the affordable range. But when I looked on Master Malt, they don't have it in stock and haven't had it for a while.
No.
So actually, it's not as hard to find. It's just not. I don't know
Not
if they're.
common.
I don't know if they're continuing it or not though.
Okay.
So I don't know because it's not popped up in supermarkets. So it's one of those ones where I'm not sure, and that would be Jameson's
Crested.
Jameson Crested.
Right, I will just go down behind the bar.
Yeah, he's just refraining from stomping, so you don't hear him do that as he
Pass
thumps
that
on the
to you.
floor. Very good.
Tidy behind here.
Well, that's
Shelves
so
as there should be. Ooh. Right.
look here. So Jameson
Now
Crested.
returned.
Well done. Jameson Crested is a tribute to the first drops bottled at the Bow Street Distillery, and it is Jameson's oldest distillery bottled brand. It reveals apparently certain sherry-based and toasted wood notes. So the difference between Jameson's and Jameson's Crested is very little beyond the updated look and the cork. This one is made with an older aged Jameson higher measure of pure pot still whiskey in the mix.
So we still have no idea exactly how old it is.
Yes, this is a blend of pot still and grain whiskies. That's what I've got.
So this tells on the back of the bottle is a little story.
Read it, David.
So it says, just getting away. So we didn't always bottle our own whiskey, but sold it in casks to bonders for bottling. In 1963, we took control of the whole process. Crested is a tribute to those first drops bottled by us and combines vivid sherry notes with hearty pot still spices.
Ooh, that's exciting. I like that.
That's quite cool. They used to just basically sell it in the cask and the way it went, and they were like, oh, no, actually, we can do this ourselves, and acquired bottles, and away they went.
I like that. I bought this on a whim. I saw it in passing and thought, well, I need it.
It says Jameson's. It must be mine.
Yes, of course. It's 40%, obviously. Triple distilled, obviously. It's a nice looking bottle. Mine didn't come in a box though. If you can get a box, I would actually have kept it.
I think I've seen that on supermarket shelves, and I don't think I've ever seen it in a box.
Online boxes. It's a nice box as well. I'd actually keep that. It's like Glenlivet sort of area.
Okay.
They're doing a new box soon for 200 years. 12-year-olds
yes,
getting
they
a new
are.
box.
They're having a
Ballots.
contest for people to design it, aren't they?
That's probably one I would buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I'll have to buy it just for the fact that I'll have 3 different Glenlivet 12s.
But you have a 12 in a really nice box, don't you?
Yes.
But no, so you want 2 then? Yeah.
Why not?
Of course, of course.
Why wouldn't I have to?
Very, very good. Hello, Violet. Happy birthday. My birthday's on Monday. But I do appreciate the early birthday message. Are we streaming on the main channel then?
Yes.
And drinking probably Bladnock 14.
Do please join us.
Yes, and give me all your hard-earned money.
Yes.
Okay. Just join us. It'd be great for conversation.
But if you would like to give us your hard-earned money, please donate via Ko-fi. As Tempe got wrong earlier.
In the pinned comment is a link. Follow it, and all money donated tonight will be split down the middle with David, so that when we go to the whiskey shop in Norwich at a undisclosed date that I said earlier, he'll be able to buy additional treats because he needs money.
Well,
he spent it on steak earlier and he needs it.
Yeah. I also spent it all on Rosal that I didn't get.
Relatable. So, would the barman like
yes,
to
we're both a bit bitter and we need to cheer ourselves up with whiskey.
Would the barman like to do the honours as this one has a cork?
This one does have a cork. I will avoid the desk.
Make sure it's wet first.
Bar.
Make sure
yes.
it's wet first. Yes. Moisten it.
Moistening the tip.
Oh, fine. I'll try this. Oh, please do. We'd enjoy you being there. Oh, I'm going to make sure you don't knock your own glass now. Ooh. Same pitch. I like that. Very well. We're only drinking singles, so those are curious, because the Talisker stream tomorrow will be a very heavy stream. Discord VC, and of course Monday birthday will be a couple drinks then. And also we want hot chocolate, so we don't want to go too far.
I need to order more hot chocolate because I have one today and there's not enough to get us through till I go home.
We won't need them every day, though, will we?
We won't need them every day, but
I would also
we
point
might
out,
want them every day.
I mean, you could have just gone to like Amazon and ordered the box and had it sent here.
I may do.
Yeah.
I maybe what I do tomorrow. When I look and go, yeah, we've only got chili left. We need something else.
Very well. So,
it's basically we've only got chili left. So this one, while Meg plays with the laptop, I've never had.
Oh,
I don't know. Oh my Jesus, so you guys can't.
This has an.
Can they see this?
Yes.
Okay.
This has a lot more.
If you would like to, please turn your eyes to the screen. Your today's PowerPoint presentation. Please take notes.
If it's a PowerPoint presentation, this will randomly happen.
Yes, now you'll be quizzed on the details. But yes, we've got an essay here for tasting notes.
It's not just that. There was a extra category that says overall.
Oh.
So that's what it was. I'll put it back up in a sec. Let's have a sniff, David. And
I'm just intrigued what the delay is because it's still on the screen on my phone.
20 seconds. 20 seconds. It smells like a Jameson's, but it smells a little bit sharper, I think. Tasting notes. Yeah. Okay, this is an essay for a nose. You ready?
Yeah.
A luscious, sweet aroma of maple butter leads with plenty of chalky vanilla, caramelized sugars. Complex Irish pot still fruitiness is present too, with bitter citrus, apple skins, marmalade, ginger, clove added spice, and warmth underneath the touch of roasted. Oh my god, the nuts! That's a lot. They talk too much.
Michael,
Hello, Becca.
Not sure you're in the right place with that comment.
What's wrong with my bar? What's wrong with my bar? What's wrong with it? The shelf on the other side I put on the wall myself. The ceramic heater I put there because I thought it would keep us warmer as we were near it. But it's cost like 400
How
quid.
dare you insult John Marbury and his bar?
Lord John Marbury.
Lord John Marbury, indeed.
You can call him John if
His
you like.
Majesty's Ambassador to India.
Earl of Croy.
Baronet of Bricey, Marquis of somewhere and somewhere that we can't remember.
Somerset. Yeah, put the tasting notes. Okay. That is a very complex list. What's my phone got an email on that?
So I'm just going to step away and actually read that off the laptop screen because that is insane.
Yes. Dave's going to have a little look because he also can't see shit. But that is a very long... For you on the stream, you can see it. If you full screen it especially, you'll be able to see a considerable amount of effort has been made by the person reviewing this. And to be honest, I actually agree with doing things like that. I like that someone's gone to that effort to give us so much.
It's a lot of detail.
But then this is another whiskey. I bought it in Tesco for about £35. So think about this. That on Master Malt was selling for 30 quid. You're bang for your buck, and you're getting a lot on offer.
Yeah.
There.
I definitely can't get most of that.
Yeah, no, I can't either. But I think it's because my nose might be malfunctioning. I think one nostril decided, we're not playing ball today. I think it's beautiful.
Chalky vanilla, no.
Yeah.
I mean, caramelized sugar, it is sweet.
Sure.
Maple butter, I don't think I've ever had maple butter, so I'm assuming that's going to smell like maple syrup and pancake.
Maple and a cream of some kind, you know.
Fruity, yes. Citrus, I did think it was citrusy.
Yeah, citrusy, creamy, very
ginger, clove, spice, warmth, underneath a touch of roasted nuts.
You ever had roasted nuts in your mouth, Dave?
Nim nim nim, nuts on the road. No, sorry, it's nuts on the road, not nuts on the roast.
I've had roasted chestnut.
Yeah,
I remember when I was a kid
chestnuts.
in Smallfield.
Mum
In Smallfield, we used to go down an alley near the banger track and near the fields where horses were. We just grab loads of roasted chestnuts. We take them home. Dad would cook them in a pot. Like, there you go. So that's some snacks. So you put them on open fire and you just cook them in the house.
Wait till they go pop and split open and
Yeah, and we'd be like, this, because we couldn't afford much food,
Yeah.
and it was like, that's a treat. Good protein as well.
Mum does them in the microwave, but yeah.
The bar looked good. I'm glad people like the bar because it's a very expensive one. This is the first stream we're doing at the bar, and we want to do more streams here. There'll be 3 streams on this channel this month. 3. This one, Wednesday, the McCullen stream. A thumbnail will only be available on Wednesday because we got to wait until Wednesday for if we hit our goal on Monday. That is.
Yes, the stream may be very different if we don't hit our goal, so please do donate if you'd like us to
it'll
hit
be
our goal
Glamour
and have
Energy
a good
Take
stream
2
on Wednesday.
Electric Boogaloo. Somehow we managed to get hands on Taylor Tokyo. No idea how that happened. Doesn't matter.
No, even though I haven't bought it yet. I don't know how we had. Yeah,
I don't know how that happened.
No.
But it should be a McCullen stream because we made an effort for that. But then the third one will be this month. Will be on the 22nd, and it'll be really difficult to sort out because. Yes.
Yeah.
Although I would recommend
reasons.
maybe tomorrow we take all the photos for all the bottles here. Because then I can take them here and I can bring them on a hard drive up. I don't have to bring a laptop then, do I? I should bring a hard drive. Simple.
I mean, we can put them on my laptop. I've got my laptop here. We can put them on straight on my laptop.
Well,
so
I mean, it could just go on Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
so on the 22nd, the stream will be at mine, and this is hampered by many things.
Oh, okay.
A, Meg has to get there.
Right.
B, I'm at work. C, I have a very small window from finishing work to a meeting.
Yeah,
and then D, we have to eat.
So I'm going to address, Michael, your comment. You cannot apply varnish at this time of year. It's too cold. My dad and I were talking about it last night. The varnish would not settle properly. It would actually split and crack, and it would damage the wood. I am not doing that until August.
And we have to empty the bar to sand it.
I will be the sides. I will be painting and staining. The top they'll be varnished polish,
Yeah,
actually.
we had quite a good conversation about that in terms of like
Yes.
whether we were going to like oil it or varnish it, stain it.
It will be dealt
you know.
with in August because it's the best time of year to do it without damaging the wood or the finish. And I'm okay with that because we're going to get a bar mat. We're
Yeah.
using a neoprene gaming mat at the moment to dull the sound because Dave's heavy-handed, it turns out.
It seems to be when opening bottles. Yes.
Yes. My only concern is this, because this is as expensive as the bar. If you knock that, I cannot replace it. Because it comes from Turkey,
Yeah.
and unless you're willing to drive there, please don't. I beg.
It's only one ferry.
You say that, but you're the one paying for it. You sure you want to brag about having money now when you have to go get that?
Yeah, fair point.
Okay, so shall we have a little taste of this?
I think we should.
Chin chin. It's even creamier. Fruitier.
Funny you should say that. I've read the first line of the tasting note.
Oh, I haven't. It's got a little bit of sharpness on the side of my tongue. Like on the sides.
Yeah.
A little sharp.
Sort of, mine's a little bit sort of the top edges.
Hair. Yeah. Sharp. It's welcoming. It's creamy. It's
Yeah.
smooth.
Very much so.
Yeah. I like it. I maybe thought fudge, I thought it was good.
So
Go on, you
first
read.
line of the tasting note is through creamy vanilla and a malty element, there are helpings of gentle sherried fruit.
So, before we continue, the sherried fruit was mentioned in the origin of the drink. At least use a coaster. Well, we are. We have slate coasters.
We do in fact have slate coasters. Are you on the Discord, Michael? If so, I will put a photo of our setup on the Discord, which will show you the glasses, the coaster, the jigger, and the fancy mouse mat that we're using.
Well, yeah,
Bar mat.
it's one I don't use this. It's just that it was rolled up down the side of my desk.
So yes, creamy. You're right. Obviously, the fruit, maltiness.
Yeah.
So yes, coconut and honey toffee sweetness. Apricot and peach melba emerge with a touch of milk chocolate among spiced nuts,
Chocolate, yeah.
peppery mint, and pickles of pot still spices.
Chocolate, I'd agree on because that is a
Prickles,
very
sorry, not pickles.
pickles.
It's quite small on the phone screen.
Oh, you should have just asked me here. Yeah. Okay, since I have access to the laptop,
True.
we got another 2.5 hours worth of power.
Cool.
So we've got plenty of time to finish this. I don't have any milk. Well, I have milk chocolate. I don't really want to eat chocolate and compare though. I've got access to it. Okay, move out your way. David is now going to take a photo for anyone who's on my Discord so they can see the coasters and some of the lighting, the ugly candle tea light holder that I got from a friend who died.
And obviously it proves to Ragamuffin that we are using glasses.
Well,
as
yeah,
and
if
when
if she ever sees it, yes, of course, that would be great. And we, of course, are very grateful for any support we've received because these glasses come in a beautiful wooden box with some whiskey stones and coasters, the slate coasters. I have a few coasters, actually.
Meg is a man of many coasters, several of which he's donated to me over the last time I was here. But yes, there are coasters under that candle, that candle, that candle, that candle. Oh, okay, right, yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5,
don't
6.
bother counting. Don't bother. Just don't.
I've run out of
bother.
fingers.
It's.
Meg has given me a stack of coasters about 6 inches thick.
He knows all about thickness.
Yes, Leona would enjoy this girth as well.
This is Dave's ideal cut of steak thick.
That'd be a bitch to cook.
Well, if it's a tomahawk,
True.
stick the thermometer in, close the oven door, bosh.
Tommy the coaster.
Stick them behind the bar somewhere. Who cares? They just stick them on the floor. It doesn't matter. Actually, I'll take them back. I'll put them on the couch. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure there's a space behind the bar.
It took me ages to find the Deanster one. I was
Yeah.
looking for this for ages, and
Well,
I realised it was under the mead.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I'm such an idiot. Anyway.
But yes,
back
we
to
are
the
we are
whiskey.
well provisioned in coaster.
Back to the whiskey.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
think
that.
about- what do you think about the finish? 'Cause I thought it was quite short.
Hang on, I forgot.
Yeah, I'll have another go. But I thought it was quite short.
Yeah, that is quite short.
Yeah. Actually, that's the shorter of the three, I think.
It is smooth.
So it says here, the ideal introductory dram. It's outstanding value for money. And
It's ideally
Oh,
introductory.
sorry. I read the overall part because I'm not used to seeing
yeah.
that. No, in a long finish. It's a long finish. I think it's meant to say warmed honey sweetness, mild drying oak spice, and a hint of sherry scorched wood. I'm going to try this again. Try it again. It's definitely not long unless you're including the part where it sits in my belly and warms it up. I had a long finish earlier on my lips. It was that hot Perry hot sauce that I hadn't had in months. This is not that.
Yeah, none of those hot. That's not long, is it? It just goes down. This could be an interesting shot.
There are whiskies I've got here that have longer finishes that are marginally like. I've got other drinks that have a lower ABV that have a longer finish.
Pretty sure water has a longer finish.
The ginger liqueur has a longer finish. I want to do a ginger hot chocolate with the ginger in it.
There is one ginger hot chocolate.
I might have that.
I think there is chili.
There's a
dark ginger milk, and that'll be it.
The milk one.
I had a chili one earlier.
If the milk one was had, I think I'd had the milk with Lockfine or something.
Yeah.
Or bourbon flavored, but no. But as you know, I did say it doesn't work. Bourbon flavored bourbon doesn't work with hot chocolate. Candy cane one especially doesn't work. But yeah, I'm gonna hang on. How long have we been going for? We got loads of time actually. I would say like this one. Dave doesn't own this one.
No.
What ones does Dave own?
So Dave owns the Standard in a very swanky limited edition silver bottle, which he has refilled at least twice now.
You refilled it when you got niced 2 years ago.
And then I'd refilled it before that.
Yeah.
And I also have another bottle of Standard sat in my cupboard, which is a birthday present from my friend from school and his family, which it will refill it again when it needs it.
It's a safe drink.
So I have that one.
You've got like casual friends over who maybe just want a nice, easy drink.
Yeah.
Oh, it's easy. Pull out the Jamesons.
Yeah.
And this, I'll be honest, this Crested might be one of them. I'd rather buy that in the future than have a Standard. I before Dave continues his list, it's vitally important. I genuinely mean that. I've gotten to this stage where there are some whiskies I don't want to buy anymore. I said a few months ago Johnny Walker Black was one. However, I then realised I have a bottle of Standard up there, a 1 litre bottle down there. I have a Highland Origin, an Isla Origin, a double black, a spare double black off my wish list. I have a limited edition black in there as well. Of course I'm not going to buy any more, because I've got shitloads, mate.
Much like me, who has a bottle of black and double black in his collection. I have a bottle of black on the overspill shelf. I have a bottle of black in the understairs cupboard that isn't under any stairs.
Which one's 1 litre bottle?
Yes. There's at least 1 litre of each.
Because I gave you the 1 litre.
I have a bottle of black at my parents'. I have a bottle of double black in a fancy leather case at my parents'.
However, Johnny Walker Black is another whiskey, much like Jameson's, that will always be in my cabinet.
Yeah.
But we're not. Okay, there's one in there. Only one. The one in the really fancy box. Because the 1 litre one's behind the bar at the bottom.
Yeah.
And the metal tin up there has the Icon Series 1 in. Right next to a red that will never be refilled.
Red that we just have.
Obviously, I'd like to get my hands on the other Origins, but it just hasn't happened.
We have a red because, it's the collection, but we'll cover that on next week.
We have an idea for a stream in the future. Well, not a stream, but I want to call it the Perfect Trinity or Trilogy. Trinity Trilogy. It's the perfect three, so it could be a triangle trinity.
Yeah.
Could be trilogy like a movie, but there's no such thing as a perfect trilogy in movies. Don't try me. There's no such thing. It's a lie. Tokyo Drift proved it.
I was going to say Batman with Christian Bale, but
No, that wasn't the third movie sucked.
Yeah.
It should have been 4 movies. Now, I because we have an idea for that, and Johnny Walker will feature as black, green, and gold. We'll discuss that at a later date. But Dave has more Johnny Walker, Jameson's. What are the other ones you have?
So obviously, other than Standard, I have the Black Barrel, as we've discussed.
Recent purchase from Hardly Dan.
So thank you very much, Hardly Dan, if you're here.
My phone's turned off again.
Lord of the Rings is one 13-hour movie, yes. Well, yeah, but that's not a trilogy then, is it? If it's 13-hour movie. Otherwise, you could be correct.
So it's not a perfect movie.
So,
don't try me.
No.
Carry on.
Yes, so I have that. I have the Stout edition, which we will come on to in a I don't know exactly.
We might have a glass. We might have a glass of that because
it is featured later, but I don't know exactly when because I'm not in control of the order.
I think it's later.
I have the. Hang on, I'm going to go to my list to get the right. I'm going to go to my list to get the right name for it.
Yeah, because this one's quite an exclusive one, isn't it?
Yeah, this one I've not really seen.
I don't have this at all.
So I have the Jameson's Select Reserve Distillers Edition.
So I want a distillery edition, but I can't get my hands on them.
Which I don't know where I got it from. I don't know how long I've had it, and I don't know. I've never seen it since.
Hello, all. I hope you're well today.
But
hope you're having a fantastic day.
From research,
of course.
From research, it was about £80 when it was available.
Yeah.
It is significantly more than that now, and hasn't been available for a number of years. But genuinely, I have no idea where I got it from.
Yeah. Is it open?
No. It's at my parents' in the not being opened collection.
You really do need to have one.
Yes, well...
Like my second shelf, I proudly show what I have.
Yeah, I need a...
Although there is a Johnny Walker in there that could be... Well, was in there, that contentiously should stay there, or maybe not. And that would be on the 20CL later.
Yeah.
There's a 20CL centenary in there. But yeah, there is...
That I think is it. That is my...
Dave has a Jameson's I don't have, which is quite unusual because I have the collection.
Yeah, standard Jameson, standard Jameson.
The stout one, just to be clear.
I haven't added Black Barrel on. Yes, I've done them on. Yeah.
Just to clear up here, Dave got the Jameson Stout in 2022 when he was in my cabin. Actually, he sat on what was once we had a sofa here. We now have a settee, a sofa bed. My dad gave me and is now dearly departed. And what happened was I niced him to the tune of 8 bottles.
9.
That was later on. That was the 9th. Was the Bailey's, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't. It wasn't one of the birthday runs.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, he got
also known as the day Dave had to sit under a blanket, terrified.
Sure. But
while
then,
Meg and some children appeared with bearing gifts.
But he got a load of Irish whiskies, and one of them was the stout edition.
Yes.
And he got extra Jameson's half bottle standard and a hip flask one, 20CL, which he used to refill, I believe.
Yes, the half and the 20CL refilled.
And the rest were other whiskies, and that's great because it was hilarious. And the stout one, we have a story for when we get to it, because I have a bottle and my bottle is open because my bottle is not the same. And it's actually not in the thumbnail, but it will be on the stream images because I did bring it up here on purpose.
How many whiskies do you have?
Who asked that?
Yes.
Did you try the whiskey I got you for Christmas? Which one? Violet, are you referring to the Nectar? If you're referring to the Glenmorangie Nectar, it's on the shelf above a new shelf.
I'm touching it.
If you're on my server, I will post a picture. I have put brand new shelves, which are perfect. We're not putting any more shelves up in the bar. These go above our heads because I intentionally put it away in such a way. I've got Johnny Walker Collection on one side with Monkey Shoulder at the end, and Glenmorangie on the other side. And the Nectar is a stream in the future. We will be doing a Glenmorangie Take 2 Electric Boogaloo live stream. And we want to do it because I have a Amontillado, which is another 12-year-old sherry cask.
Yep.
I have Cab Bowl Batch 3, which we want to compare to Dave's...
different to my Cab Bowl.
We want to compare it to Dave's Batch 2, which he got from me last year as a January treat.
Yeah.
We have the Nectar, which I'd like to compare to Nectar... And, of course, we don't have it yet.
No, we definitely don't have Taylor Tokyo.
No, we do not have
absolutely.
Taylor Tokyo. No.
That didn't happen.
Hi, Bri. Hope you're well. I'm in the Discord looking forward to that. Well, I will show you. I'll put a picture on there after the stream if Leona could please nudge me. But continuing, I like this whiskey. It's another £30 bottle, another £30 Jameson's. Affordable, delicious. It has a lot going on. The overall says the ideal introductory dram. Now, I like that.
Yes,
right?
I don't like that.
I do.
Because how could it be the ideal introductory dram if you can't get it?
Ignoring that, let's not be that's being a bit pedantic, but
Fair,
ignore that for a second, because you are right. If it's not in stock, then it can't be introductory. If someone had 30 quid, I'd tell them to buy this one. I wouldn't tell them to buy Black Barrel, because I don't know if their palate could work that out. This is sweet enough that I think they could get away with it. Because don't forget here, we got a lot more sweetness from the Black Barrel proof. 10% less is not going to have as much punch to it.
True.
So I think this is the right way of saying it. It's outstanding value for money and utterly delicious in a complex, interesting way. Well, now, if you're introductory, this is not then, is it? Because you're not going to know any of the flavours. You're going to feel a burn at 40%, aren't you? Because that is it, isn't it? I'm in the Discord looking forward. Oh, good. Okies. Brilliant. Thank you, Leona. I do appreciate that. But yeah, we have...
At least 135 is my answer.
Dave, while he has a spreadsheet, I'm going to reply with the following. No. Meg doesn't have any bottles. Shut up. But anyway, yes, we are...
Looks around. No, I see nothing here.
No,
nothing of interest.
I see a bin.
There's a bin. There's a dehumidifier. Yeah.
No, dehumidifier's over there.
There's one down there.
Oh, that one needs to go in the bin.
Some marbles. We have not lost our marbles.
Got those in the Christmas stocking. I have barely enough left for a Dave sip, so I'm going to swag fam this.
I have possibly a Meg sip. I'll have one more. I'll have a Meg sip, then I'll swag.
That shoots really nice. Yet
I
again.
did say I thought it would, didn't I, at the start?
Yeah, it doesn't feel bad either because it's such good value for money. Well, unless it becomes collectible, in which case all of a sudden I feel like I've done a Dave's Photograph Edition Macallan. Which makes sense when you find that he bought a bottle on the day my mum died, bought me a bottle as well, which I've kept. He got the one with the cufflinks that he's lost, and now he found out the bottle's worth a lot of money, and he keeps on talking.
It's valued about 10 times more than we paid for it in Sainsbury's.
It was like 40 quid or something?
Right, we paid 40 or 48 quid, and it's now at least 400.
Yeah. Having soup. Nice.
Swag fam.
That's a skill. Yeah, I agree. It's a nice, easy drink. I might change the coaster because it's clonking.
Okay, well, it's not like we're not short of one to choose from.
True.
You're going for your Deanston one.
I'm going to go with a nice cork one.
Ah, well, cork, it is the way to go. It has to be worth it.
But there's no other cork one here. Because the only other cork one is...
It's under that candle over there.
Yeah, I'm going to go get it and change it for us.
And just to rub insult into injury, it is not a Jameson's cork coaster. It is a Bushmills. But we are at least keeping with the nationality.
At least we're sticking Irish,
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I have a list and I have a list and a load of photos because mine is insured.
Sounds better. Yeah, I don't have what Dave has. I have in my cabinet one shelf. That one shelf has my unopened collectibles. And that's intentional now. But prior to that, no.
So how many times has that cabinet been rearranged in the last 4 months?
It has been rearranged definitively now, though, but it's not fully settled. But that second shelf is the perfect height for all the collection ones. Whereas a lot of them came out and went behind the bar. They're not collection. They're the ones I'm happy to have as...
Yeah.
But not all of them are... Yes. When they're gone, they're gone. No.
I don't have the advantage of a bar.
Some of these are, I'd like to reuse, repurpose, have again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I found so far, even though Black Barrel Proof should probably rate higher than this, I feel like if you think about what Black Barrel is, we are going up.
Yeah.
That's good.
This was more refined.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you mentioned that. Now put some water in these, please.
Not sure water's refined, but
No. Oh, my keys aren't working. Do it this way.
Right.
Because the next one on the list, Dave can't. The next one on the list, Dave can't see, and there's a point to that. It makes more sense. Don't look at the screen, you cheat. There's a reason why. Because he mentioned going up. That's a good idea. We should go up because we're getting to the area where we're getting more refined. And this one, by water. That's a sound. That's a sound we want to hear on this. That's what we want to do. Now Dave has finally got a chance to get near the microphone. He's like, I know what I need to do.
How can I trigger Leona?
How can you trigger my chat and everyone else?
How can I trigger Yempy? Is she still here lurking?
Probably not. We lost 2 viewers because you did that.
What's your thoughts on the rock ice cubes? Oh, what you mean the whiskey stones? We approve.
We've got some under the bar in a box that Nathan
we
sent
have an
me.
entire box full of them. We have coasters made of them.
Yeah, they're just down the side on the left.
We have whiskey bullets. We have.
They're not in here.
I
don't think.
Actually, no, I don't. I think initially when we first started drinking more, I think my dad mentioned the fake ice cubes you could get. I think we had some of them to start with as well. That weren't whiskey stones. They were just like the freeze-wall cubes that didn't melt.
I don't remember. Triggering done. Very sorry about that.
But it's success.
But yes, I don't take objection to those who use ice. I don't object to anyone using stones. I've gotten to a stage where I don't really... It's your preference. Ice is used as a way of lowering ABV, and that's fine if you cannot handle higher ABV. If it's at 40%, you really shouldn't need ice in the first place. Unless you're using it to make a mixer like lemonade and ice.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So whiskey stones, bullets, and things like that are used to chill the drink without affecting its ABV and its properties. Ice, obviously, because it melts, although it does chill the drink, it basically waters it down. It does change the properties of the drink. Now we have periodically not very regularly, but we have periodically had some whiskey where we have put a splash of water in.
So we didn't do that.
Open them up.
The pipette is actually just under there.
Well, yes, it is.
We should have done it with the black barrel overproof, shouldn't we? We should have done it, but we didn't. I put it there because I thought, I'll tell him. I didn't tell you.
But I think, didn't we do it with when we did the peated or cast strength?
Cast strength. Oh no, we did it with a Tail of Forest as well.
Yeah.
And then we got annoyed because it was good.
Oh yeah, it was actually good when we had the.
We went off air. For those who don't know, we did our Glenmorangie stream. We added some water. Well, I say a splash. Dave didn't know how to do a splash of water. It became a glug, and it changed the fabric of the drink to the point. The drink was amazing.
So basically, Glenmorangie 2 Electric Boogaloo may well open with Tail of the Forest, a do-over.
Why not? I mean, I gave it a C plus. I think it's a good whiskey. It just needs to be unlocked.
Yeah. So there are some where it is actually preferable to put a splash of water in to unlock the characteristics. There are one or two that are specifically designed to have from the freezer. So
I've got one actually just above your head on the right side next to the monkey shoulder.
Yes, so I own a bottle of Famous Grouse, and before you all get really shocked and faint, it is the Snow Grouse.
But Dave does in fact have a very small bottle of the standard.
Yes, well we don't mention that one.
But it's fine. It's saved for a whiskey stream later this year called, and I'm not even joking, the Shit Whiskey Stream.
Yes, it is literally. Blame the owner, but yes, it is that.
No, to be fair, I wanted to do it a while back.
Yeah.
It might be her idea, but I do remember saying it as well.
Yeah. So I have the Snow Grouse, and Meg has, up above me...
I have a very different one, limited edition, but I do want to get another bottle to put in the collection. I have Johnny Walker White Walker.
Which is you paying attention on the Instagram may have noticed this was not part of his Game of Thrones collection, which we don't speak about because he got more likes than my Johnny Walker.
At the moment I do, because I've noticed we're getting slow burns on Instagram.
Yes.
By the way, go follow us on Instagram,
yes, please
folks.
do follow us. Leona will, I'm sure, put a link in the chat to our Instagram.
Please do, Leona. We do appreciate that. We do have 119 followers. We have a lofty little goal this year to get to 250.
I've eaten a grouse as well.
I think 250 would be great. Dave needs to learn to be more artsy, and I need to learn to accept that less artsy seems to get me more likes.
There's no point being more artsy. I get more likes more of the time. For random, I took this. That'll do. Yeah. 22 likes.
Yeah.
Whereas Meg's like 4 hours of cleaning and shining something. 12 likes.
No. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes, mate. It was a copper surface. I was so pissed off, man. Or the one I did in the grass with pulse in it.
Yeah.
I stood there for ages doing that, and Bingo runs up the garden and literally punches me in the face. Bitch.
Dave turns on laptop, opens game, puts whiskey in decanter in front of it, takes picture. 29 likes.
Yeah.
Including the distillery.
We have discovered that we are joint top with the most likes. Although my Game of Thrones set really did me. We are going to be making a collage, and we probably will make a little PowerPoint thing for the stream of all the distilleries that have replied to us, who have liked our posts. I've got the best like. I got Conor McGregor.
Yes, we have the actual Conor McGregor,
and I confirmed it with 45 million followers. It was definitely him that liked it.
Yes,
and it was a throwaway image.
It was, but yes, we have been liked by Conor McGregor.
But yes,
Conor McGregor.
Back to topic, because obviously we're getting way off. We do have some freezer ones.
Well, you would, because you're his simp.
If you prefer whiskies that are with a bit of water in, that's fine. We take no issue with that. But when it comes to Irish whiskey, I find you don't need it.
The thing is, they're so smooth to start with. Putting water in it
feels redundant.
It's not. They're so open. You don't need anything to bring anything about.
It just feels redundant because it feels like you're diluting what is already quite. It's triple distilled.
Yeah. This
is triple distilled. It doesn't need to be refined any further. No. Right? Imagine putting this through a Brita again.
I see a quadruple distilling it.
But what's the point? This is smooth enough. It doesn't. You're taking impurities out usually. But in whiskey, we take impurities out. You're taking flavour.
Probably at that point, putting water in, you're adding impurities into it.
If you distill it again, you're basically making vodka. So
the next triple distilled, you're not far off. To be fair.
Yeah, true.
Other than the mash that makes it, it's not. Pretty much different to the spirit.
Next on the list is, as David had mentioned, going up, and I'd agreed. Is actually
David has to go down.
He's got to finish his water first. He doesn't like flavourless water. So, next on the list is Jameson's Single Pot Still. Now, this originally was an Amazon exclusive. I bought it because to me, this to me was, if you didn't have the 18, a coup de grace for them. It's a real step up.
5 oak cask. Jesus. How many whiskies are in this?
This is an actually very complex whiskey.
So, single pot still, a unique style of Irish whiskey for a smooth, complex taste.
Dave was reading the bottle, for those who don't know. It didn't come with a box, though, just to be clear.
So, the 5 oak cask release. Matured in ex-bourbon, ex-sherry, and Irish, European, and American virgin oak casks. That's a lot of virgins.
Virgin oak, well, yes, if it had another 69 of them, of course, it would be in heaven. So,
the tasting notes on this one.
Yes, well, we've got tasting notes on the computer. So
batch January 2022.
Yes, that's when I bought it. I think. Oh no, I bought it in 2020. No, I don't know actually. I've had a glass.
I like the sound of these tasting notes.
I think we've had a glass before because I've had a glass. I know I have.
I'm not sure I have. I like the sound of the tasting notes.
Well, we'll get to the tasting notes. Don't spoil it. This is another cork, no box. Jameson's quite typically don't come with boxes for the most part. Black Barrel does, and I wish I had one.
I do have. Well, no, I recycle mine. I couldn't fit it in the cupboard.
It had the hip flask height, didn't it?
Yeah.
But then Crested has a box. If I could get one, I would. The ones we're going to cover after before we get to our actual swan song whiskey of the stream, which has a story as well, which is fine. We'll get to that later. This is another one of those ones where I think if it wasn't for the age statements, this would be their best one. Interesting. Because I've had a glass and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and it is
much gone from this.
I think
it does look like we might have just had one.
Yeah, maybe. It's a lovely whiskey, and I bought it because originally Amazon exclusive. Now you can get it on Master and Malt. It is a lot more expensive. You can get 2 bottles of standard Jamesons for this. It sits around £50-55, but it's still not that expensive for that amount of money. For that amount of money, you can get a Tullamore 12.
I was going to say we're still not talking expensive whiskey here, are we?
No, you can get a Tullamore 12, or you can get a Bushmills and a Bushmills 10. But yeah, it's good value, I think. Okay, so just check. We're still good. We're still live.
We are still live. We are going to open. We are slightly worried at this point because I've heard no noise from this cork yet. I will re-moisten.
It's not as tight a fit.
No, this is...
Sorry, guys. Hang on. Oh,
there we go.
Tell you what, though, he almost lost control for a second. Almost banged the glass into the table.
No, I
watched it and it wobbled, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
I had to put some force into that one to get that to come.
Barman, oiga camarero.
Sí, señor.
Dos pintos de cerveza. Donde está la biblioteca?
Trying our bed in the morning.
You have one of those mugs.
I do.
I do not.
I got that from Rockefeller Center in Disney.
Disney. Why are you pouring me less than yours? You did that a few times now. Don't cheap on me. I can drink like you. Well, not. I can drink.
Oh, that missed.
Who the fuck so you can give it to that? You give it to the mat.
Well, it's been doing a good job. It deserves a tip.
Thank you for being here, Leona. Hope to see you again soon.
She'll be back.
What do you think about foaming the whiskey with an electric whisk? Okay, so
I was waiting for you to see that comment because I thought that was an interesting
There is a TikToker, something Pikey. He did it with some drinks, including Fireball, which is not a whiskey, it's a liqueur. But it does not do anything to improve the whiskey. Do not do it to the whiskey. It's pointless.
I was going to say we could try putting it in the velvetizer.
No.
But it'll heat it.
I'll be honest. Do you want to risk the chance that could possibly break your velvetizer? No. Some people do it with foamers. They do it with bubble machine, the soda machines.
Yeah.
And certain drinks break the soda machine. Yeah. And I don't see the point.
No.
Why do you want bubbles in a drink? Why do you want to foam it as well?
Yeah.
They think by foaming it removes impurities or helps air it.
Yeah, aerate it.
But why aerate it in the first place?
You don't want to aerate whiskey because as soon as you open it, the air gets to it and it starts to change.
What happens if you aerate a whiskey then?
So basically, it oxidizes, essentially.
It reduces the ABV.
Yeah, it reduces the ABV, but the chemical mix of the whiskey oxidizes, which means the actual flavour profile... Not okay. My apologies. Yes, the actual flavour profile changes. So as the whiskey sits open, the more air that is in the bottle, the more the actual flavour profile of the whiskey changes.
You're talking about the angel share, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, not so much, but
Aspect of
essentially,
it,
the angel share is obviously what evaporates from the cask while the whiskey is maturing. I suppose it is a similar principle once the bottle is open, but
Well, it's still that. It is a principle. It's just
it's
got a name.
Yeah, if you were to have a glass of a whiskey, brand new out of the bottle,
Yeah.
and then 3 months later you go back to it, that whiskey will have changed.
Yeah,
That will not be the same because the oxidization process for that smaller amount of oxygen that's in the bottle.
Yeah. So there's a great example of that. I had, for the longest time, about 10 years, about 2 shots worth in a bottle of Johnny Walker Gold Label Centenary. And I then luckily found Fluke, because it sold for £200. I bought mine for 60 quid when I first got an adult job. It was, to me, it's when we do our Johnny Walker stream, I will explain just how much that whiskey meant to me, because honestly, it meant such a big deal. And when I found the bottle, it was like 85 quid. And Dave said, if you don't buy it, you're a failure. And I'm like, I legitimately don't have the money. So he gave me the money to buy it, and I paid him back. I got the bottle, the cork was ruined, and I was like, well, I guess we have to drink this then. Dave's response, oh no.
Oh, what a shame. Where's my glass?
I was about to say, what a shame. Me so wanting drinking glass now, please.
Yes. Give bigger glass.
Yes. We did that. By the way, we finished that. That was it. That was a glorious evening. Yes. It was great because it was nice to sit and drink, and I've got obviously more, Dave has a lot more, but it was nice I found it by chance. It was a complete fluke. But anyway, back to the Jamesons, because obviously we can talk about that. We'll talk about that on the 22nd of January.
Anyone interested in hearing the rest of that story and other stories that go along with it, please do join us
and
next
there
week.
are many.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to Johnny.
And don't forget, yes, many references to Johnny's, Black.
No, there bloody well won't be, because I want to be monetised.
Yeah.
And just to be clear here, folks, there are stories for Johnny Walker Black. There are stories for Johnny Walker Green. There are stories for Johnny Walker Gold.
And Johnny Walker Blue. And Johnny Walker.
Not so many.
Not so many, but there's 2.
But there are stories for the Sweet Pete,
Swing.
where my sister slapped me.
Swing.
There is a story for that where your girlfriend ex used to deprive you of alcohol. And a photo that for the longest time might still even be a profile picture on Instagram, I think, of you on your head.
Yeah.
Or we could have a story about red. The story would be the following.
Why?
It exists.
Yeah.
It's just a step up from blonde.
It was required.
Yeah.
Why?
Or platinum. But that's for a later date. This is Johnny Walker. This is Jameson's Johnny Walker. Single pot still 5 oak finish. And this is a very different kettle of fish. I'll pull up the tasting notes for those who are curious on the stream.
For those interested, no fish were harmed in the making of this.
This is a lot shorter.
Don't
read
that's
it.
a difference.
I know you can't see it, but
I can't see it. All I can say is, yes, the last one was an essay. This barely qualifies as a sentence.
Have a good sniff, Dave. Okay. So, this one says baking spice, oak and...
Capball.
You might have a point-ish. The baking spice, perhaps. But it sort of it has vanilla, toffee, apples, dark chocolate, and honeycomb. So, Cadball had a very biscuity quality. That might be the baking aspect.
Yeah, Cadball was kind of like alcoholic shortbread.
The only shortbread one I have here is Night on Earth. If you want to compare those, it's up there, mate. I can't get past it. If you want to get the Night... Dave's going to get down on Macallan. And this will help, because my Macallan Night on Earth, to us, smelled like...
How to open the bottle.
I will do that. Because
the box is incredibly complex.
It opens this way, and then this way, you pull out this bit.
It's got a double box and a security stopper.
It's 3-way. There you go. Okay.
3-way.
This is going to be... This has only been opened a couple of times.
Okay, no, that's more shortbread. That's far more shortbread.
No.
I feel like we should do a biscuit stream.
Honestly, I can get a box of shortbread and just sit here. Oh.
Well, I've got the famous ground shortbread as well.
And we've got...
we have that. We have the Cadball.
Anyway, but that's maybe a few...
Leona, if you're still here... you're back. Excellent.
Please put that back.
Please add biscuit stream to the list. We may remember what we're talking about later.
It might be a 2025 stream. So, yes, the nose... it's definitely not like Cadball, but there are aspects where I can understand the comparison.
Yeah, it's like the baking ale. It's that smell of something cooking.
To me, I get a baking sort of apples sort of nose where it's like cooked apple. Yeah, in a bit of like apple crumble without the crumble. Bit of sugar though.
Yeah.
Not the biscuity part. Really nice, really welcoming. And just to be clear, another thing. This sits at
We sound like she did when she opened her new tea the other day. Yeah, but we're far cooler.
This is 46%. Our
Oh
preferred
look,
ABV.
it's standard. We finally reached a standard level Jameson.
Just to be clear, 46 seems to be an oddly. It's the equivalent to Monica's number 7. It's that weird number where we seem
42.
Yeah, the meaning of life.
Yeah.
It seems to be a thing where we seem to gravitate ABV wise. Although, to be honest, I take no issue with anything
Unintentionally,
below.
because I don't think... Do we ever really look at the ABV when we buy whiskey?
No, not unless we're talking about it. Because I genuinely don't go looking for a percentage. If I go for a cask strength whiskey...
I don't think any of us walk in the whiskey shop and go, I'd like a 47.4% ABV whiskey.
I'd like one explicitly and exactly 56.4. If you don't have one, I would
Well,
take my
here you go, have
business
this one.
elsewhere. How much is it?
It's probably a Talisker.
Several thousand. Oh, no, I've got 25 quid. You're getting a bottle of Jameson's, you bitch. You can get out. They probably don't sell Jameson's standard. Anyway, should we have a taste of this, buddy?
We should. Let us do so. See how many of these oaks we can taste.
Oh, that's a step up. That's so sweet and rich. That is rich. That tastes like
That's
money.
different.
It tastes so good, though. That tastes like a pudding.
That doesn't taste like a Jameson's.
So that's like when I tried a sample of Sexton, right? It's an Irish whiskey, but it tastes like a Scotch.
Yeah.
It tasted like explicitly like a lowland Scotch.
There's layers to this.
And I would say there's a flavour in there. I recognise it. I wish I'd said it before I looked at it. Have another sip. And just, right, I'm going to say it, and I reckon you'll get it straight away. Have a sip. Right? Let it sit on your tongue. Ginger. He's coming. We like ginger. We love ginger. Ginger is like one of those weird, like, you can't go wrong with a nice ginger in your mouth.
Unless her name is, though.
I did not say that. I will not be put in any form of doghouse for that. Oi, tea is amazing, David.
Apparently not, because I got in trouble for making Meg's sister a tea earlier, so apparently I made it wrong.
When I was finishing that, I felt like I was sipping on a slice of that Jamaican ginger syrup cake. Because that's a bit of ginger.
Yeah.
It's nice. It felt like it was baked. It felt like it was treacly.
Yeah.
Like
a ginger sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah. It's that. It's the Jamaican. The cake.
Yeah, that can be dessert after the beef Wellington. Oh, mother.
I'll take all the custard, but not the pan. Although I'm heavy-handed enough.
There was a glass Pyrex dish we did for the other day.
Although if they do need it flattened to put in recycling, I'm probably the right person to do it. I'm pretty sure I might not. I don't know if I weigh more than your. I probably do weigh more than your dad. Yeah, I probably do. I'm not much bigger, though, to be honest. I don't think I am.
You're less that way.
Yeah. Is that you?
That was me catching the barstool.
Okay. Well, you don't need it, really, do you?
No.
Okay. Well, So, what do you think of that whiskey?
Shame on you, then.
Do you consider that a step up?
Yes, that's.
So far, we seem to be going up, don't we?
I suppose. I don't know if it's the fact that it's in all of the different woods, but that feels like it's. I don't want to say it's been made specifically to be good.
Yeah.
But the way that's been combined, there's a richness to it that you can taste that it's kind of been made to be good.
So, I don't get the 3 virgin oaks, but I do get it when it's the first. What were the first 2 again?
So you've got the ex-bourbon and the ex-sherry.
Right, so bourbon, very common with a Scotch.
Yeah.
Think of every standard Scotch. I'll start with the one right there. Bourbon cask, Glenmorangie 10-year-old. Most
somewhere up there, bourbon cask.
Balvenie 12. Bourbon and sherry.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that thinks that might be comparable?
Pretty much American oak is
no.
half of the whiskies
My
we have.
Balvenie's right down there. Compare the two.
Yeah.
The smell. It's down there at the bottom. It's not meant to be there, but it just is because of the time being.
Well, if you don't want it there, I'll happily take it.
Shut the up. It's one of my birthday ones. Well, no, it was given to me on birthday. Well, I mean, it's bourbon and sherry, isn't it?
It's many years of maturation, traditional whiskey oak and sherry oak.
So it's ex-bourbon.
basically
It's actually ex-bourbon. Come on.
No, first cast, but so
It's still bourbon, though. Right. This is another one of those things where we have a bar where you can access smells. Perfect.
slightly heavier, but very similar.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm right. It
Yeah.
is that thing. It's more of a scotch. Yeah, sorry about that, bud. I'm trying to get the temperature up, but although we've been here long enough, it's not as steamy.
No, I don't have to warm my hand on the
I have a hoodie.
ceramic from the it's pouring the bottles because the bottles are
Yeah,
freezing cold.
I'll be barman next time. Well, that's tomorrow VC, isn't it? Sorry, buddy, you're doing the Macallan. What a shame. Oh no.
I know. How will I cope with
Yes.
my hands all over
Anyway.
that fancy Macallan?
Yes, well, we need to work out how to open the first one first. This does have aspects of it that come across as a scotch. But this one is Irish. It is single pot still, so it's not triple distilled.
No, actually, it's not, is it?
No. And you can
Well, I
tell.
suppose it'd be pretty pain in the
Although,
arse to triple
actually-
distill that after all
Well,
those
no.
casks.
If it was triple distilled, it wouldn't be 46.
No.
It'd lose only down to 40.
Yeah.
It'd be weak.
You'd lose the benefit of doing it in all the casks
Yeah.
if you distill it that much
Yeah.
as well.
I think that single pot still is how they've got it right. And I think it's another one of those marvellous step ups.
That is good. That so it tastes
So,
like it's quality.
the palate, rich ginger, orange peel, ripe stewed fruits, and vanilla fudge. Yeah.
Fudge, yeah.
Yeah.
Fruits, yeah.
Vanilla, obviously. And the finish, I don't agree with the first part. Long. I don't agree with cinnamon so much either.
It's longer than I think the other ones. have
Yeah,
been.
I mean, because I don't. Yeah, more oak-rich vanilla. So I agree with that.
Yes.
I don't agree with the cinnamon remark either, though, because I can't feel it. Maybe it's the warmth I'm getting, but I just don't know.
It's not noticeable enough to say that it's an element of it, is it?
I'm actually having quite nice. I'm happy to do a meg sip on this solely because it's so good. But it's harder to get hold of. It's more expensive. I don't want to have to replace that too often, like because it's 55 odd quid. I don't want to buy that all the time.
No.
But then
But again, there are whiskies that you could spend that and more on that aren't that refined.
yes, but there are whiskies out there that are better, that are cheaper. Green label,
Well, Green Label is about 45, 48 nowadays. It's
35 to 45, yeah.
not,
But it's still cheaper
yeah.
than that by at least a tenner.
But then again, that is new Green Label. That's not the original Green
Yeah,
Label.
but we don't need to, it's still good.
Yeah.
It's still good. And we have new green label up there anyway.
True.
A discussion for another day as well.
That's fine. We all do new and old. Yeah.
Do I need to bring a new one with me?
Well, I've got both. If
Oh,
I
it's
go
right
for
then, it's fine.
If I go for my collection at my parents, I've got an old, proper old, and a new.
All right. Fair enough. Anyway, discussion for another day. Working at the bar is a good idea for streams. I'm glad you agree. I hope we're not echoing too much.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we have no idea what the acoustics are really
Yes,
like in here.
we'll only know on playback when I hear it back because I think if I hear it, I'll know if it's because obviously I record. This is my job.
Yeah.
You know. Obviously, I love doing this with Dave, but it's very different.
Yeah,
Dave's
I just tag along for the fun of drinking whiskey and chatting. It's
bullshit.
This is kind of like this is what we used to do of an evening before streaming was really a thing. Before Meg got into doing obviously the YouTube content and everything like that. We would just literally sit, drink whiskey. We'd go to each other's on a Saturday night or whatever. We'd sit and drink whiskey, and that's what we did. We'd talk about whiskey. We just had a laugh. We had fun. So that is basically what we're doing now. This is just our life, basically. It's what we do.
well, except for my video production thing.
Well, yeah, but like in a sense
Yeah.
of just chatting.
But this is a
just
huge
drinking
evolution,
and-
isn't it?
Yeah,
Because
it's a step up in terms
Yeah.
of doing these level of
we
content.
are legitimately
but-
stood at a bar, surrounded by some of the most delectable. I'm looking at Johnny Walker Blue.
yeah,
Label.
we've got Johnny Walker Blue. We've got some good
But
21-year-olds.
contrast,
We've got Sinatra
contrast,
Select. We've
contrast. £20 bottle of Glenmorangie sat next to a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue.
got we've got 20 versus 200.
160.
Well, yeah, but they are. Some of them are 200. So you know.
None of mine are. I didn't pay that much. Yours are. You haven't got a bar though.
No, I haven't got a bar.
Mine's a
yeah.
tax write-off.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we continue because we've got more of this to finish?
We'll consider the bar my Hibiki 12.
Which one? Well, yeah.
What do you mean, which one? I've only got one.
I forgot about the sample of 17. I thought it was a 12. I misspoke. Complete misspeak.
Are we swag famming, or have you...
I had another sip first.
Sip.
I'm quite happy to enjoy this. And yeah, folks, if you do enjoy the show, don't forget to like. If you do want to support us, please consider doing so by coffee. It helps us with alcoholism.
And of course, we need whiskey to drink to provide you this great content. We only have so much between us, or probably about 300 bottles. It'll run out at some point if you don't help us out. About 20 years, but...
We did say earlier, was it last night we walked into the shops, died with Diageo's in his mouth or something?
Yeah.
Just talking about the singleton, because we opened the 14, didn't we?
Yeah.
Talking about how did he die?
We probably have got enough whiskey to outlast at least one of our livers.
Was it died gargling? Oh,
yeah, died gargling 8 Diageo special releases.
Yeah. It was a kimchi that got me. I couldn't get the Rochelle.
No, worry what it was is a load of Oban went in. This is nothing. Then you got hit by the Talisker, the Lagavulin, and the Singleton all at once. Like, fuck!
It's the Lagavulin overpowers the others, and it's the Oban confuses you. So you're like, what have I just done?
Yeah, the Oban is stronger than some of them. It's like,
We don't know what the Clynelish is. We've never had it. I've never had a Clynelish.
No. Well, I mean, I think some of it in one of the Johnny Walker blends.
Right,
but yeah, nothing.
folks. We've been going for nearly 2 hours. We need to get to...
Shall we, our swag fam?
Wag swag.
We're wag swamming.
Yep, I misspoke. Yeah. I didn't like that as a shot. That bites.
So, it's not a bad shot.
No, but the cinnamon is more
it's a
pronounced.
shouldn't shot.
So, yes. If you shoot down, it sits right at the back of the tongue. Cinnamon is right there. More pronounced. Don't bother putting jigger in all of it, Yeah, just do it the one. Oh, you've been doing it once, haven't you?
I've only been doing it once, yeah.
That's fine. There's plenty of water down there if you need more, but we shouldn't need more because we're only realistically doing at most 2 more. This one didn't feel right, and you can tell from the price.
So you've said that, and I just tried to put it in the jigger for a second time.
Yeah, I noticed. You muscle memory and all that. But it's a good drink, but this one has a long finish.
It does.
I can feel it right here still, right at
yeah.
the back of my throat. But then if that's how you're drinking it to begin with, fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, that one you shouldn't shoot. It works.
To be honest,
it can be done.
You can shoot the standard and the black barrel, right? You shouldn't shoot black barrel proof unless you're being a twat. You shouldn't shoot...
I'm hard, look at this.
You might want to get the other one because I don't know which one's next.
Oh, okay. Well,
as well. It's by the bin. Bin.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. I don't know which one's next, so I don't know the order just yet.
There's a place for that.
Yeah, I'll move that. Yeah. Put it on top of the wooden box. That'll do, yeah. But yeah, it's still long. I still feel that.
Yeah.
If you're drinking standard Jamesons, shoot the hell out of it. I don't care. Black Barrel, fine. Crested, no.
Yeah, anything we've had so far up until this and the Crested, anything we've talked about is fine to shoot. But
Yeah.
Crested on the borderline.
It's sort of. I mean, I don't feel bad shooting because it doesn't cost much. It costs the same as the Black Barrel, but there's a quality there.
Yeah,
and it's a different process as well.
but the single pot still.
Definitely
no.
But you know that as well from the price tag. You really shouldn't, and I do hope you understand that there are going to be whiskies that you shouldn't be doing that with, and we do it on purpose with some because we don't know. But there are going to be some with Johnny Walker. We know you shouldn't because we've done it before. You cold.
It's just this hand because of the bottles.
Oh right,
because I'm pouring. It's just my right hand where
Why
I'm
don't you
pouring.
just literally sit it on there?
I am basically I'm hovering it just off so I don't burn my finger.
I've got metal rings on so it holds the heat. It gets through actually burns the bone. But yeah, it's a lovely whiskey. Oh, that's just too close. No, it's not your fault. You can't tell.
Yeah, true.
It's a lovely whiskey, single pot still, and I think it's so far the best one. We're not there yet though, because on the bar now are 2 more.
There's
The
2 more.
label's
We're
getting
not
warped
100
from cold.
We're not 100% sure which one is next.
Well, it's not they're not next. It's that we're not necessarily going to drink. We're not going to drink both. There's no point. We don't need to. I want to have a hot chocolate this evening. I don't want to be doing what will then become 7 or 8 drinks. 7 drinks. I'm not doing that. Because if I want a ginger hot chocolate, I need to have with the ginger liqueur.
Yeah.
I can't do. I'm not doing 9 drinks. I've got to be up at 6:30 for work.
No.
Next on the list
Well,
is
probably up at 6:30 for
yeah.
someone coming
Next on the
downstairs.
list is Jameson's IPA. Now, this is part of a Caskmate series.
Yes.
There are 2. I bought this one after. I bought this actually from a corner shop the other day. I was like, I have to have it in case we do drink it.
Yeah.
I bought. You notice, Dave will notice this. It's a different label you see. Well, the label you see on the screen is the label it currently is, but it's not the same as its brother. It's twin.
Yeah.
The IPA edition is hoppy. It's smooth. In January on Twitch, I had a bottle of it. It did not last the month. Has Dave ever had it?
No.
Then Dave gets a glass of it.
Dave has.
Don't drop the jigger. There you go, barman.
Go.
Pour yourself a single of that, or a less single, whatever you like.
Oh,
Perhaps don't water it down first. Yeah. You may have a glass of that because I think it's only right. Because you're the right person for it. You really don't like water, do you?
No, I really don't.
You like this kind of water, though?
Yeah, water once it's been triple distilled.
Well,
Preferably
yes.
with some hops, mashed barley, and.
Now, for the sake of it, this does not have tasting notes. There's a reason why, because I didn't intend for us to drink it, but it does actually have some on the bottle, and I will go through the 3 notes it has, so you can then, you can have a little taste, Dave will.
I'll have to put it into
I've
yours
already-
because
Oh, okay. Fair
I've
enough.
just watered the jigger.
What a shame. Very well. So, Dave, have a little sniff and tell me what you think of the IPA cask Jameson's. You'll hit the edge of the mat. My phone's gone off again. I am being stupid this evening. What do your nose think, Dave? Stout cask is superior to IPA. We're not there yet, Brian. You're skipping the journey.
Spoiler alert,
God
dude!
damn it.
Seriously.
God, that's fine. We don't mind Brian and fully understand.
So, it does remind me of the stout because I've had the stout before.
Yeah.
It's lighter.
Yeah.
I'm not really getting a huge. It's malty, but I'm not really getting a huge amount of other flavour.
Have a taste, Dave. Have a Dave sip a taste.
Oh, dear. Okay.
You're not driving tomorrow, are you? It sits at 40%. It is whiskey finished in craft beer. It does not say triple distilled. Oh, it is triple distilled. So this is not going to be the most complex. It's not going to be having a bite. It's 40%.
Why is it frothy?
Aerated.
That did that as well.
It's aerated.
Yeah, but the stout did that as well.
So the notes here are crisp citrus, light hops, floral aromas.
Hops.
The hops are there.
Yeah.
Now, Leona doesn't like this. I think it's good.
It's
Because
nice.
I don't mind that.
So I don't drink beer.
No, nor do I.
I drink the odd lager, but not even that much of that.
More cider than anything for me.
But this, so the way it feels in the mouth, the way it goes down, obviously IPA stouts, beer, as it were, tends to be quite heavy, quite thick, have a good head, froth. You know, they're substantive. There's a lot of body to them.
Yeah.
This is like that. I've got a sensation in my mouth of a little bit of a froth. There's a weight to it as it goes down. It does feel like it's quite a heavy thing.
Yeah. There are a few IPA
The
finish
stout did
whiskies.
the same for me.
There's something different about the stout we'll get to soon. The IPA one, the hop was very, not prominent, but it was obvious. And there are a couple IPA
I think
finishes.
that's why it's lighter because it's hoppy.
Yeah, there's a Jura Pale Ale one I want to try. I'd love to get a bottle of that.
Which one was
You got bourbon.
bourbon?
Yeah. I wanted the Pale Ale.
Yeah.
I bought bourbon and I gave it to my dad because we forgot to get my dad's day present. He finished it. He loved it. And I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did because bourbon finishes standard whiskey. It's good. I felt bad we'd forgotten him and I was like, screw it. Give him that.
Uncle Anika, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you've had a little sip I have another little sip if you want to, but I think you have to get to the YOLO swag fan,
Oops,
mate.
spoiler alert. Yes, just a little bit.
You're all good, my friend. You're all good. Don't forget to like the stream, folks. We do appreciate the engagement. Obviously, we don't get many views here, and we do appreciate it. We're trying to improve things for this year.
Can't really say I can pick up the citrusness. I'm not sure if that's a word, but
no, citrus notes. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's not.
it's
I don't,
nice.
Yes,
It's not not as drinkable as the previous two.
it's a
in
20.
terms of
It's a
the
20.
ease.
It's slightly more expensive than a standard Jameson's at £25. Slightly more expensive depending where you buy it from. If you buy it from the corner shop where I go, if you get full price, it's nearly £30.
It
But
offers something different. It's a different quality to it,
yeah,
a different
it is.
texture.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not as refined as the previous two. It's not.
No, but this is where the swerve is. These were honourable mentions. We weren't meant to be drinking these, but I will have a glass of this one because I do like this, and I refilled it recently, so it needs to come down a little bit because it's a bit far. But also, this has tasty notes written right on the neck, whereas this one does not.
No.
And we'll get to that in a second. So with
But
Dave,
what we have also established though is that this one
Uh-huh.
doesn't have a cork.
So yes,
We're
the
back to the Jamesons without corks.
Caskmate series IPA and Stout do not have cork, but that's okay because I thought honourable mentions for these two would be good because it brings us to what is the coup de grace of my collection, which I will get to soon.
Yes.
A story for that
We're
as well.
building up.
Yes, and of course that's why we wanted people to stick around.
One of the 2 likes is mine. I hope there's more than 2 because I liked it and there were like 8 likes when I liked it.
Michael, as long as you enjoy the stream, that's all that matters to me. Whether you like it or not physically actually doesn't really matter. But if you enjoy the content, of course, we'd appreciate a like. If you have, awesome. Is Dave going to YOLO swag fan, by the way?
But equally, please, if you think we can improve, please do let us know
yes.
because we want to make this as engaging for you
Yeah.
guys as possible. We want to obviously have fun ourselves, but we want to make sure you can hear us properly. You understand what we're talking about, that it makes sense, that you enjoy it.
There are aspects of this we need to improve. For example, at the end of this month, I'll be buying a bigger power station. I won't need to worry then about charging everything, will I? I can just plug it in and go. I did email Bluetti, by the way.
Yep.
I told him about my channel and everything else and gave him a link to one of the power stations. Was like, would this be good enough? Just to get their opinion.
We get sponsored by them to get you a discount.
I doubt it. I doubt they'd go.
Anyone here work in social media marketing, please let us know. You might be able to help us with sponsorship deals, etc.
He's dawdling the YOLO swag fan.
I've picked the glass up.
He took too long. Go on, get down ya. Get down ya. Brother, you should have saved the jigger water and put it in that one. It's a different shot, isn't it?
Oh,
Different.
it's new. It's interesting. It's starting to effervesce.
Yeah. Dave looked like he was about to have a number 7. But yeah, it's a really good shot, though, isn't it?
Ooh.
It's a very different shot, but it's a really good
It
shot.
is, yeah.
And I like that because a lot of these are shot very smooth, except for the single pop, but that's different because of the IPA.
Yeah.
You don't shoot IPA.
No. I like that. I like that better as a shot than as a sip.
So I can agree with that because I was doing it as
It's rare for me to say.
When I drank my IPA one, the first bottle I've had of it, I was sipping it for Twitch, and when I got to the end of the stream and I had some left, I was pouring doubles back then. Now I switched to singles when I realised I was going to destroy my liver. I was going through.
You go through a bottle.
Just to think here.
Bottle in a week.
No, 2 weeks. I realised that.
No,
first of all,
we're good, Leona. Thank you.
We're good this evening, oddly enough. I realised that first of all, I shouldn't. A single shot for a stream is fine.
Yeah.
Double is also fine, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just have one single, nothing more, except for Fridays, because I don't have anything to worry about then.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and if Dave's here, of course, it's fine. It's open season, to be honest. But anyway, yeah.
Drinking season is open.
I refreshed, and there's 16 likes. I'll take that. It's all right. Is there enough water in there for the stout and the last one?
Probably.
Yeah? All right.
We can top up.
Well, yes, of course. Very well. Dave's going to have his water quick, and then we're going to move on to the next one, the penultimate whiskey of the stream. And I say penultimate. This one I wasn't considering having a glass of. I actually will because I do like it. Although the IPA one does need to find its place behind the bar, please.
Oh, yeah, don't know.
Next on the list is Jameson's Stout. Now, there's a few things about this. First of all, I bought this and it's been refilled once when it was about 3/4 empty with another bottle, which then got finished and put in the bin by my dad in 3 bags of It's fine. So this one I bought many years ago. My first payment on Twitch. I'll get to that in a second. My first ever payment on Twitch, I bought Jameson's Caskmate Stout Edition. The label is different, but they have actually updated the label of this as a standard to match the IPA one. I bought this years ago, and I refilled it because I think my one looks better. I did change the top on mine, though, because mine was a bit more eroded. It's screw top as well. Made sense to switch. This one has also got Tipex on the E, because I thought it was back when Dave first joined the server, it was hilarious, and we were like, there should be no E on whiskey. So I was like, okay, then Tipex the E out on whiskey. But of course, Irish whiskey's done differently, so
Yes, Irish whiskey is allowed.
Yes. But I will argue this is probably one of my favourites because it was a punt. I bought it also from the corner shop.
There's not one of us over the year.
Yeah.
Jameson's, the
I
Antiquary.
paid like 25 quid for this. It sells for about that.
Yeah.
He didn't mark it up much at that time. He would now, though. But it's still really creamy, smooth, and delicious.
Hi, Brian, if you're listening.
You're in the right time, mate. The delay in your message is quite long, bro, about 15 minutes. But yeah, it's a beautiful whiskey, and we're going to have a glass of that if Dave's up for one before we get to the final.
I'll be on one more than you, then.
What a shame.
I know, how will I survive?
I guess I'll have to have a double of the last one. You'll have to have a single.
Well, I suppose, yes. I suppose that is only fair.
No, it's fine. I'll stick to singles because I've got. I need to have that ginger liqueur.
Oh, well, perhaps just you have this one then.
Yeah. I don't have tasting notes for this one.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah. All done. Again, no, I definitely know you're getting one. This bit, oh, you prick. You put it mostly on the coaster.
Sorry.
You jebend.
It didn't pour very well out of the glass.
Oh, where's the towel? Oh, no, the towel in the wash.
So, for reference, I poured the jigger. Meg poured that into my glass. So, whilst pouring the jigger again, I then poured that into Meg's glass, but unfortunately it doesn't pour very well out of square glass.
Well, I'll take what I've got because it's not really a full shot, but it's fine. Give me a little top up. That'll do. Cheers, buddy.
So, yes, we've now both got a measure.
Have a sniff of that. Sniff of that. Smells good, doesn't it?
That's a good smelling dish towel.
It's because the oil stick burner thing, when I was putting the screws up on the wall, it fell off and oil went over the floor. Half emptied onto the floor and I had to wipe it up. And then I went to put the oil thing back on the wall and I slipped over. Because I dried it.
Talked you into having one, did we, Brian?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well done.
Hey, one of us. One of us. So the difference between the stout and the IPA is the IPA is lighter, the stout is fuller, creamier. It's got a lot more
whelm.
Yeah, whelm. Yeah, it does.
It whelms better than
It's delicious smelling. And so the thing with this one is, on YouTube, when I hit my first payment, it was a month after my mum died. Well, actually, it was in October. So yeah, a month after she died, I got my first YouTube payment. I bought a Glenlivet Founders Reserve in a metal tin that I still have. First Twitch payment, I bought that. Now, of course, I'd love to own one for Rumble because I'd buy a bottle for that as well. You know, and that's my way of commemorating succeeding. Right?
So please, the owner, I'm sure, will please link Meg's Rumble. Please do follow him on there if you don't already.
Although you don't have to. I can't be asked to grow there anymore. I can't. It's just so hard. No, I'm kidding. I actually will be trying. I just can't.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
No. My resolutions this year were to grow Omegon 2 and do better on the main channel.
Well, you did better this year than last year on, my Christmas. So
last year. Not this year.
You better last year than the year before.
That's
okay,
better.
My bad.
I'm being pedantic. Anyway, should we have a sip, Dave? Because we're nearly.
1 sec, got to find. Bad secretary. Why didn't you have this to hand?
We're running. We're not running out of time, but obviously we don't normally go beyond like 2.5, 2:45. So
and we are running out of hot chocolate time.
Yes, and I obviously will be needing to sleep at some point. By the way, I need to catch up on the sleep at last.
Sleep it, yes.
It tastes so creamy.
That
and
caught me off guard.
creamy, smooth. It's delicious.
That's smoother than the IPA.
Oh yeah, but IPA is not smooth, is it?
No.
I've got an IPA under if you want to open it with a bottle opener, the new bottle opener, and have a find out.
No,
but you have to drink it as well.
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure there's a lager as well?
Yeah, no.
You certain?
A little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. At least you got a surface to lean on. For some reason, I'm so weird. I keep moving.
I'm moving a lot. I keep swapping between legs.
You know what I'm doing? I just realised I've been square dancing for 2.5 hours.
So I keep swapping between my left and my right leg, but I'm leaning on my left arm, so nothing quite works. Meg's doing the okey cokey. He's turned around.
That's what it's all about.
And the MCA striked.
Yep. Thank you for linking that, Leon. I do appreciate it. We're nearly at 1,000 followers, just to be clear. That was my goal last year, and I failed by about 9 followers. That's all right, because you can't always win.
To be fair, though, it makes 1,000 followers this year pretty easy. We've got to get 9.
Yeah. It's a fair point.
Rollover goal.
Yeah.
We've got to get 9.
Yeah. Fair point. Yeah. But anyway, I think it's a very good addition. It's hard to rate this one when you think of the others. Again, the standard Jameson's to me is the baseline, but this has to sit above it solely because of the creamy aspect.
Yeah.
But it can't sit above the Black Barrel. It can't sit above any of the others. But it can't really sit. It's tricky because it's cost. Value for money also is really good. The Caskmate series are really affordable, and people might not like IPAs or hoppiness. I don't think you know what you're missing out. I mean, not you, Leona, because I know you don't like the IPA because that's actually valid criticism, flavour profile. A lot of those that judge IPAs, for example, they judge IPAs and then will judge that because of it. Unfair comparison.
The thing I like about... I don't like IPA, I don't like beer, I don't like that.
Nor do I.
The thing I like about these is... Now I've had the IPA, they are both so different to a normal mouthful of whiskey.
Yeah.
The feel you actually get in your mouth is so different. They have made it almost feel like you've got that frothiness of a beer and IPA or whatever you want to call it. I don't know how they've done that.
So this
both of them give you that, and I've never had that from any other whiskey.
Well, that same response there, I can empathise with one obvious thing I don't like, yet I love in whiskey. What don't I like?
Wine.
Exactly. And yet, what do I like?
Wine cask finish.
Yeah. What did we have last night, Dave?
Singleton, 14.
Diageo Special Release
Yes.
2023 finished in Chardonnay de Bourgogne.
Yes, the white wine silken gown.
It was, yes, I mean, I was half tempted to take my slip off when I had that.
He did try to start undressing, and then he realised his dad was in the room, and it was like,
I was like, a virtual gaze, bastard. No. But it's the thing, I don't like wine, yet I love wine cask finishes because
Have you
they
really
add...
had port either?
I've never had port.
And you like port finish?
I love port finish. Yeah. I like port finish enough that I bought a
See,
20cl Talisker.
So what
top
we're
of the
establishing is Meg has never really had wine or port yet, like wine and port cask finish.
Okay.
I don't like beer. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying the IPA and stout cask finish.
So
Jameson's.
I like stout.
You do?
I do like stout. I don't really care for beer. I tried. I can't be arsed with it. It's too much effort. Right. Ale. I can do. Me and Dad can do an ale. We can happily sit there and do ales. IPAs. Sure. Why not?
See, Belgian monk, like the honey ale, I can do, but
It's not the same.
No.
Not the same.
Or Jupiler.
But I
strawberry
know
ale.
it's like to me that's like a whiskey liqueur.
Yeah.
You know, it's the ale equivalent.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fascinating aspect of these experiments where I can have. And by the way, to be fair, Dave is the same. If I put that in front of him, in the same sense of me with the Singleton 14, although to be fair,
He sure as fuck won't say no to a glass of that.
if it's put in front of him, no. If this is put in front of him, he's not going to say no. He won't say no to the IPA either, though. If it was literally
You gave me a
Jameson,
bottle of IPA, I'd be like, you expect me to drink this?
if it was called Jameson's Budweiser Finished table beer, no, sorry, Jameson's Bud Light, he will say,
The
"Fuck."
Give me some Corona. Give me a Desperados of tequila.
With a lime.
Yeah, yes, lime.
Don't cheap out with the lime. But that's the point, isn't it? It's that thing of
Do you know Lagavulin?
Just-
Islay, single malt.
that's in honour of the name of the bar, of the Marbury, named after Lord John Marbury. You may call him John if you wish, but he's the Earl of Croy.
However, you shall be known as Gerald, whether you like it or not, whether you are the butler or
Or
not.
geez, if you're a twat. Like me. The thing with the wine thing is there is actually, just to be clear, it's red wine I can't stand. I try so hard. I come so
red
far.
wine finishes you
But in
prefer.
the end, it doesn't really matter. Your interruption almost threw me. But yes, I genuinely can't do red wine. There's something, I don't know what it is. I don't know what the problem is. But I can do rosé.
Yeah.
I can do Bucks Fizz. I've got some Prosecco behind the bar I've never had. It was given to me as a gift. I can do some white wines, not many. But
You didn't mind the jam shed.
I shot 2/3 of that.
Yeah.
2/3 of that I shot.
We had two different ones. I think you preferred my one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, yours was
I can't remember
sweeter.
what they were.
Yours was sweeter than mine.
Yeah.
Yours was chilly.
Yeah, Chile, you had the South African, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was very bitter. Very bitter. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm going to YOLO swag fan this because I want to get to we'll get to it. So,
I'm not going to YOLO swag fan this. I will, just because of the slight fizzness, I don't want to cause myself any problems.
well, it's very chocolatey. Very chocolatey. Yeah, let's just pour that.
Yeah.
Very chocolatey. How much further can you tip, though?
Yeah, it's quite an incline.
Yeah, it's got a good angle to it. I can't swill as well without hitting flat sides.
No, it doesn't swirl so well.
Anyway, yeah, so the stout shoots well, has a reasonable finish. I hope you enjoyed, Brian, or enjoying your glass of delectable
Imagine if
nectar.
that Brian is Brian down the road.
If he was Canadian, I'd agree, but I think that was Portuguese.
Fair.
Or Turkish. I think it's Portuguese.
Yes, Brian, do you own a corner shop?
Did you formerly own a corner shop? God, it's toasty.
It is pretty toasty. Yeah, it's toasty with about 1 foot of it. Beyond that, the heat doesn't resonate much beyond about here.
I think it's meant to be for
Shame.
close up, that's
Yeah.
why. Like, that's holding a fair amount of heat in
Yeah,
there.
that's
Oh,
the.
jeez. That's condensation, it's fine. It's cooking, that's what it is. Put egg in that.
I was going to say, yeah. Put
Yeah.
some shrimp on the barbie.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, but I'm allowed shellfish, you silly bitch.
True. Well, for me. Excellent.
Yeah. Anyway, if anyone has any questions, by the way, don't hesitate to ask. You can't put that there with that there.
No. I can put that over there. There. And I can move that off. Oh, you can move that.
Oh, there you go.
I was going to put
Right.
I was going to put it behind the bar, and
That
realised it didn't actually
goes-
come from
that
behind the
technically
bar.
goes in my room, so put it in that corner over there so I don't forget. That one belongs in my bedroom. There are a couple whiskies that are not necessarily collectible, but the ones I sentimentally hold on to. You're enjoying it. I'm glad you are. If anyone has any questions about the Jamesons, though, don't hesitate to ask because we do want to know what you want to know.
Doesn't answer the question of whether or not you own a corner shop.
Yes, that's it. But he doesn't want to dox himself. That makes sense. So we're not going to get to the last one just yet because I don't want to skip ahead. I want to wait until Dave has finished his drink before we get there. Hence why I thought if asking questions, we can then talk about whatever it is you want to ask about. 'Cause it doesn't have to be Jameson's related. If you have questions for us, we're more than happy to answer. And
Unless it's our name, address, social security number.
national insurance, isn't it?
Wow, yes. In which case, we'll be telling you to jog on.
My national insurance number is BANANAHOAMMOCK. Banana hammock. Always has been. I legally changed my biological name to Banana Hammock.
Mine is TUTTILAFRUIT.
You are Tutti Le Fruit. I recognise that. I don't know where it's from, but I know you said Tutti Le Fruit a few times.
Same reference as yours.
Is it?
so
Is it
show.
JD?
No. Friends.
Oh, I got banana hammock from...
Princess Consuela banana hammock.
Oh, banana hammock was from Scrubs. From Todd.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, literally, the Todd had his own website.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. You went Scrubs, I went Friends.
I do not own a corner shop, Dave. Fair enough.
Fair enough. You are not the Brian down the road. Fair enough.
Who has since retired and hasn't been there in months, and Dave didn't know this because
Okay,
he doesn't
fair
shop
enough.
at the Oikery.
To be fair, I'm only here once a month.
True. Well, you're here a bit more this month, haven't you? I mean, it's still
No,
once.
I'm only here once
it's
a
still
month.
once, but
December,
it's a fair
January,
long time.
February, yeah. Yes.
It's a fairly lengthy. And to be fair, you go home on the Friday. I'm up yours on the Monday.
Yeah.
Princess Consuela. Exactly.
There
Michael,
we
yeah.
go, Michael. See,
I'm
we
glad
have a
you got it.
Friends
I'm glad
fan
you got
in the
it. I'm
audience.
glad you got it. Just to be clear, folks, there's one last whiskey left, and this one carries a couple stories to it because it's relevant, it's important, and of course, it also elongates the length of the stream by about
Length is obviously important.
maybe by about 20 minutes because we want to have a little chat about this one. It's a good one, and then obviously we'll review accordingly. This one does have some information written on its box. It's the only Jameson's I have with a box, and it's quite a box because it's the only one that's made of wood, and it's dovetail jointed as well.
So for reference, I don't know if you can hear that. I didn't hit it too hard. I didn't want to.
The box is engraved. It has a copper plaque on it.
Yes.
Slider. It's dovetail joints, which are these grooved connections, which usually expanded on the inside to make them tighter, angled in a manner, which is great.
Yeah, they're like hammered from the sides, so they're
It's beautiful. And has Dave finished it?
Yes.
Has he watered it?
No.
Dave should water it because the next part is my favouriteest
Dave
bit.
doesn't like water.
Doesn't matter. You can't cleanse your palate without it.
No, I know.
Can you imagine going from this Jameson's 18 with Tutti Le Fruit on your tongue?
I'm giving it away as well next, but you know.
I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. What'd you say?
Fruit of the toot.
Fruit of the toot. Very well. Moisture. Hello, humongous fungus. Hope you're well.
Yeah.
And we here do like...
Pal. Josephine.
Moisture. Oh.
Ooh, moist. Hello. Are we getting moist?
Well, someone did say it in the chat. They said moisture. Anyway, to the final whiskey, Dave. What is the final whiskey, Dave?
Well, you don't know.
No. Well, I do know and I don't know. I have, for the sake of the image, taken the front door off it. But
He's opened the door.
But in the instance of this, it's a
We
sliding.
don't have to go around the back.
The door lifts up and it slots in. It's routed in beautifully. What is it, Dave?
Very smooth action.
What is it, Dave?
So this is Meg's very expensive
£180, yes.
Jameson 18-year-old.
Although 154 on Master Malt at the moment. It's on sale.
I thought you were going to say Bottle Club. So yeah.
I wouldn't use that.
So
We won't be touching them again.
the brilliance of this whiskey is that I can't remember what stream it was on now. This was in Meg's room. We were streaming, we were drinking, and I don't know why, but he said, I could have a glass. It wasn't open, but I could have a glass. So naturally I was like, well, I'm interested. Yes, let's do this.
I think I couldn't for some reason.
So I had a glass. You may have had, did you have double of the something? Bladnock or Bunhaven or something?
I would have had something else.
You had something else.
It might have been the Bladnock because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
No, that was a year later. No, it would have been something else.
So, but
maybe
basically, Meg wasn't able to participate in a further dram. I was, due to an empty glass. I chose this, and he was okay with it.
Yes.
Which he now regrets.
Well, no. I don't regret in the slightest. I've not had it. So, to be honest, this was a gift for Christmas from one of my sisters, and I was nice with this.
Yeah, I always asked what to get him. I said, give him any one of these, and she got him 3 of them.
No, this is a Christmas one. This was before. That was after. That was after.
Oh, no, it was your birthday, wasn't it?
That was after. Right, so Christmas, my sister got me a bottle of Nika 12, which is open in the cabinet, and this.
No, that was the list. That was because Nika 12 and this were on the list, same list.
No, because they'd asked you about the birthday, and you gave them Balvenie, you gave them Farclas, you gave them Johnny Walker Centenary
I gave them that
Celebratory.
and Nika on the same list. I only gave
If
them
you
one.
did, they.
I think what she did is use the same list for both.
Sure, But I was not told that.
'Cause I gave you one list.
I was told birthday, and
Yeah.
it was 3 bottles, and they were not on it. And then they added Jameson's in a wooden box afterwards. The wooden box is behind. It's
somewhere.
over there by the door. The box is there, but I don't have the bottle anymore because it's the light outside the front door. Jameson's 18 was a strange one because it was. Oh, which one was it? One of these. It was either this or the Nika. I opened the.
You opened.
I don't open presents. For
No.
these. There's just a preface this. I don't open presents. The year before Dave joined us, I don't open gifts. And I was told I have to open this one. And I stood there and started opening it. And I think I saw Glenfiddich. And I was like, why are you making me open this? And they're like, keep going. I'm like, all right. Carried on. And it was Nika 12. Like, we need you to open this one now. No, it was this one. This one. They'd done something to it. They had another box on top of the Jamesons.
They put a different box on it. Yeah.
It was something else, but it was something really disappointing. It might have been a Glenfiddich box.
I think they used a Fiddick box.
But I don't know how.
Fiddick
Because
packaging.
this was so big, I don't understand how... They did something. I don't remember which one it was. It was either on Nika, and it disappointed me. And then I opened it and saw one of these two, and I was like...
Well.
And, they're like, and my brother-in-law was like, that's the look we wanted. And my look was like jaw dropped, like...
Yeah.
Because I didn't... Yeah, no. I don't have... This is one of the few times, by the way, where I've gotten a box as well with the bottle, and I've not gone... I can't wait to throw you away.
No, it is still in the box, I can confirm.
I don't know. I can't make those.
No.
You actually go on eBay. Sometimes they sell boxes and bottles
Yes,
for $5.
they
They're
do.
not selling this
That's
for $5, are
that'd
they?
be like 50 quid, that box, I think.
50?
If not.
I'm talking close to 100 for
Yeah.
that. It's next level.
But yeah, so obviously Meg was very happy with his Christmas present. I'd had some. And then a few of you may have seen our Instagram post a few months ago where I was asked to rearrange the cabinet in Meg's cabin.
Yeah, which has since been rearranged.
Yeah, which has been
'Cause I
rearranged
got a bar.
many times since was due to
Yeah.
bar. But I was told I could have a glass of anything I liked that was open. So I thought, what's the one thing that will annoy him?
To be fair, that wasn't initially the thought, because I did point out, as long as it wasn't open, you had free reign.
Yeah.
If it wasn't open, you couldn't touch it. Because
Yeah.
he had been a dickhead. He's like, oh, I'll just open one of these Game of Thrones ones. Like, of course you'd say
Only in jest. I know
like,
the value of that
maybe
collection.
I'll
I
open.
wouldn't
Maybe I'll open.
actually
Hang
ruin
on.
it for
What
him.
about that Nika 12 in your room that's not open, even though that you got one open in here? Or what about
That was your niece's suggestion.
What about one of these Diageos you've got? They're not open.
Yeah. So I rearranged his cabinet and I decided that I would have, for the second time, a Jameson 18.
To be fair, I did actually suggest it.
Yeah, you did, and I thought, actually, no, to be a dick, that's a good idea. I've been nice by rearranging the cabinet, I can be a dick by drinking this.
I thought it was a good idea.
The reason it's brilliant is because up until, currently, as we speak now, I am the only one of us that has drunk this drink.
Yeah, I just haven't got round to it. I don't know what it is. I just haven't touched it.
This is Meg's bottle. It is very fancy. It is very much in his wheelhouse. It is part of his collection.
Mm.
And I'm the only one that's had any.
Mm.
Which means he is very much looking forward to this.
I am.
And very
I've got-
much worried about how good it's going to be.
The
As to
tasting
whether...
notes are there. They're ready. I didn't actually read them. I just cropped the image. I have no idea what it tastes like.
Yeah, we are clear.
Yeah. I have no idea what it tastes like. Make sure there's no water in that. I have no... It's the wooden slider, has some writing on it. It says, a unique blend of 3 signature distillates, matured in our finest oak barrels for a minimum of 18 years. Deep aromatic whiskey, perfectly balanced with rich notes of toffee, spice, and mellow sherry.
So it's minimum 18 years as well.
Yeah.
So who knows how old it actually is. So in case you hear a rattle, there is like a little pendant on the front.
It's got one of those little bull ties on it. Yeah, the ones that people wear, the rope ones in America.
Mm.
Yeah, rope tie. Oh, that's heavy. And also, if you notice the embossing on the top here.
Yes. No, I haven't noticed that.
Okay. The wood, by the way, is incredible. It's very smooth, very well varnished, matte satin finish. The copper is untouched, undamaged. The writing is engraved, but in such a perfect way. There is not a single cock-up on this. Triple distilled Irish whiskey. Dave will tell you, I think it's 43% on the bottle.
It is not.
Oh, 40 is
It
it?
is 40.
My mistake. So this is also it's triple distilled, I'd assume.
Yes.
Yeah. It's this on the wood here, actually. It's beautiful, quite frankly, to look at. Great plant pot if I can't be arsed with it anymore.
Don't really need that. It's a box. She'll obsess over.
Which one?
Middle of the ones that live here. Dopey.
Oh, chunky.
Yeah, chunky. Chunky dopey.
Very well. Okay.
Bruisey. Seeing she's come home with another bruise today.
Well, that happens.
Yeah.
Kids will be kids. Anyway, yes, it is quite pretty. The bottle is very different, actually. That's a point as well.
It's a short, stout, wide bottle rather than the long, thin.
Short, stout, wide, long neck. As opposed to standards, which are thinner, longer.
They all have quite a long neck, but the bottle is smaller on this.
This one's
yeah.
stocky. This one's stocky.
Although, height-wise, though, to be fair, it's not that far off.
The screw tops are taller.
True.
Oh, sorry, I dropped the lid.
My OCD is just triggering to me to spin that back round.
It's also got ridges all round it. The bottle has ridges.
That's actually quite Hibiki-like, isn't it?
Very decanter-like. Like, this is not one you put into a decanter. This is what you refill as a decanter.
So for those interested, I will take a close-up of the bottle so you can hopefully see the ridges.
My hand on it?
No. Well, your hand is on it, but it's not in the photo. So as we on the Discord, hopefully you can see the ridged shape of the bottle.
Okay.
Which I hadn't noticed before. That is actually very fancy.
It is. It is. I couldn't agree more.
Thank you, Leona. Although you may have put those in the wrong note area. That is not the relevant server for.
It's a very wet
not
coaster.
I can't.
I suck on this coaster. I can taste stout. A coaster is so wet. Look at that. That's you.
Sorry, my bad.
If I just do this.
Mega is currently licking coaster.
I'm not licking, I'm sucking on it like I would a nipple. What? So, I haven't looked at them, but I'm pulling up photos on the stream, and I made sure on purpose with this one, the tasting notes are in the corner. So the bottle is still visible. There's a reason for that. I didn't want to take away from what we are now looking at. I want you to be able to see, because this is a very odd treat, because it's one I have, and I've just not, as Dave pointed out, I've not had it. Yet, I've got a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue here that costs as much as it, currently on sale. Otherwise, the 18 is more expensive. And yet, I've had many glasses of that because I like blue. But I have no idea if I like this. And everything so far, if you ignore.
So, Leona, I will just interrupt for just a moment.
It's all good.
I sent Meg a picture of this the other day. It has been licked by both myself. I said both actually. I don't know. Is there a word for free? Myself
It's
and
thusly
both
thrice.
thusly thrice by myself and
thusly.
two of his nieces.
Thrice thusly.
We chose well as
Yes.
to which to lick. So this is well licked by not Meg.
Yes, but I also haven't really touched much of the bottle, so it's fine. Not much of it anyway. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I forgot.
Sorry.
It's quite all right.
I was responding to the owner in the chat.
That's all right. Yeah, image on the screen for you to see. The tasting notes are in the corner. You can see the bottle on purpose. It is not the most expensive in my collection at present, but it is when it isn't on sale anymore. I did not buy it though, therefore it doesn't count. The most expensive one I bought will be on January 24th, 2024.
Dave is worried.
Bosh. Preemptive. Anyway, shall we have a...
Let's not preemptive Bosch after the Rosal debacle.
You can preemptive Bosch when you go into a shop. It's not the same online.
Only if I still have it in stock.
My Bosch changes and I've got backups. Contingencies of contingencies. I looked at what they have in stock.
Dave is very worried.
My hands will be because I have to carry it back.
Yeah, true. I don't have that problem.
Bitch. Don't want to waste a drop. I need there's some left. Right.
Well, I'll tell you what. Since I've had this before...
There's a drop on your screen.
Oh, well. I'm going to move around to the laptop. I'm going to let Meg have the first sip, and I'm going to do the tasting notes, because I've had this before. He is not, so I'm going to let him experience.
Oh,
Fine. Okay.
For that to make more
I'll leave.
sense.
There we go.
For that to
Right.
make sense, there's a cable for the microphone,
There's a
and they
black
didn't know it was
cable
there.
in the dark. Right.
Yes, I've turned the lights on now, so
There
they
we
can see it. Right.
I'll let Meg have the first sip, and I will do the tasting notes so that he can fully enjoy this whiskey.
Pressure. Thanks.
You're welcome. So, on the nose, you should have experienced toasted sugar, hot cross buns with salted butter, a hint of leafy coriander, so a vegetal touch, and yes, I have said vegetal,
Which wasn't
with
just.
orange zest. And apologies for the stilted speech. I'm having to look at the laptop and look back at the microphone.
He hasn't got very good memory.
Not after the number of whiskeys I've had.
Becca, hubby tells me it's bedtime. Thank you for being here, and do tell your hubby I'll be there later to cuddle him.
Yes, we'll sure enjoy.
A moist coaster is a happy coaster. I agree. Moist. You have to donate for better.
Yes,
Coaster.
yes. Please do donate to the coffee for a better moists.
Yes, of course.
So, on the palate,
Wrong tube.
we have candied fruit, cut herbs, nutty, malty, rum-soaked raisins.
So, the rum thing I get because it's really rich.
Lingering toffee and oaky spices.
Only because it went down the wrong tube. It's like right at the back of my throat in the wrong tube. I was like, it happens every time, doesn't it? Though.
You do have a wrong tube moment most streams.
Yeah. I have to clear my throat to try and get it out.
Yeah, I'm on the wrong side
I'm
of a
going
power
the other way,
cable to be able to read the laptop and look at the microphone at the same time. So I'm having to look left to the laptop and right to the microphone.
Right.
So I apologise for the delivery.
That's right. I think I've corrected the issue. I just checked power levels. Give me a second.
Well, laptop.
Oh, 1% on the power bank.
Okay, well, laptop is looking full. So
That's fine. And we have 3 on the power on the MPPT.
how's that gone up?
No.
So for reference, somehow during streaming, we've gained power. Power station has gone up. Well, the power station's gone down. The MPPT has gone up. The laptop is fully charged, so we're good to go for about another 2 hours.
Well, we won't be here that long.
We've run out of whiskey, but
No, we haven't. We've got plenty.
well, okay, we've run out of Jameson, but yes, we have plenty of whiskey.
Right. That is now
So that was I'm not sure that Meg got most of those things.
Right, I'm going to do it again because wrong tube moment really hurt.
Yeah.
I also did the 18-second rule, and that was brilliant.
So for those who are new here, the 18-second rule is not a specific rule. There is a rule, a suggestion, a guideline that when you drink an aged whiskey, you hold it in your mouth 1 second for every year that it has been matured in the barrels. Hence the 18 second.
I've got a bit of a bread pudding going on, but really like rich raisiny, like something else there. Bread pudding.
Well, I mean, rum-soaked raisin is part of the tasting note.
It's definitely a pudding.
Candied fruit.
Maybe it's very rich, so it's definitely the biggest step up.
Definitely
It's
not on the
smooth
finish.
as fuck, like toffee.
Yeah.
Like smooth as fuck. But that's
So-
the 40% you think.
So the finish: honeycomb, candied peels, ginger,
It's got a bit of a crunchy feel to it.
new leather as opposed to
Yeah,
old leather,
I don't really eat. I don't eat old people.
and fresh florals.
The human body is very good at conducting electricity. Very true, but I'd rather not rub my hands together to some Van de Graaff
Yes,
generator.
I'm not sure we can power a laptop.
I'd rather not risk it, to be honest. But I understand that the human body has potential. That's great news.
What we should have done is brought some potatoes with us.
No. I'm not doing that.
Go full Sheldon Cooper or
I am
Professor
not.
Proton.
I'm not doing Professor Proton crap.
I don't know how to turn that one off.
You take the power bank, light off it, and the switch on that one up there, and the bottle right behind your head. So take it down and do it. Switch at the back, at the bottom. There it is. Yeah. I think that is, quite frankly, I'd rather drink with people, just to be clear, but I think that is a coup de grace for them. It's beautiful, it's smooth, it's got plenty. I do think I preferred the single pot, but only because I don't feel dirty drinking it. I think that's really refined. Like that is, if we did an 18-year-old stream, I would hate to grade that against any, really.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be below them because how much it costs as well. That's a huge investment.
Yeah, I mean that's so. This is
most expensive 18 I've ever come
£80
across.
more than my liver.
It's 120 more than my singleton. It's more than my standard 18, which is 100.
It's more than what we used to pay for the Centenary edition.
65 I paid. Yeah, I don't have any other 18s actually.
Well, my JP Wises is 40 quid. We haven't tried that.
I
yet.
know I want the Pulse in the 18. That's 100. It's the most expensive 18-year-old I've ever come across. Inappropriate jokes here if you wish, but we're not going to do them because we want to be monetized. No. But generally speaking, it's a risky one. But then there is a quality. But then I don't know if I don't want to rate it next to others. But in the context of Jameson's, with the first age statement, definitive age statement, it's the best one.
It's a very strange one because I suppose in some ways, Jameson's isn't as established as some of those other distilleries.
So
in terms of the like global identity.
Well, not just that. It's not established as an age statement whiskey.
No.
Tullamore is for 12. Bushmills is for 10. Jameson's isn't for any.
No.
In fact, that's a small batch. They don't do that everywhere.
No.
They do that in the Bow Street cask strength. And we now know the 22 exists, which I'm not buying because
God knows how much that'll be.
600. I would buy it, but I could.
I mean, that's more than our Fire and Ice and Ultra Select and...
You know what I'd rather have? Based on cost, I'd rather have 4 bottles of Highland Park Fire.
I mean, that Fire is pretty delectable.
Yeah. Yeah. It's of my January treats, just to make sense. It's the one that's been hit the hardest. The McCullum we didn't touch all year. We
haven't actually had that since the stream, have we?
Yeah. And the Jack Daniels we've never done on stream.
No,
we haven't.
To be fair, that's probably a bit more personal. So that's probably perhaps...
Well, it's not just select.
Yeah.
No, it just never featured. Because we didn't do streams long enough.
No.
January tweets, we started with your Dalmore cigar malt and my McCullum. The Highland Park Fire we did because you got the ice.
Yeah.
We weren't going to do it otherwise.
No, true.
It's just... But this is absolutely sublime, quite frankly. And the tasting notes... I mean, I don't know if they're accurate. My palate is clearly not refined enough. But at least you don't have to touch any more bottles now. You should be fine. Just put the box, make sure the box is touched. Don't use it as kindling on the ceramic fire thing. We'll be fine. I think it's delectable. I think it's absolutely delicious. The thing about this is the sweetness, much like with the single pot and the crested, it's instantaneous at the front of the tongue, and it carries through a really nice, creamy, fruity beauty.
I've got front of the tongue.
Yeah.
I've got back of the tongue.
Yeah.
I've not really got much in the middle.
So that's what I can agree with you on that because I've not noticed that at all. I think it's a very nice. It's really nice. It is definitely coup de grace. I'm very impressed with that at 40%. It has as much going on.
Yeah.
For triple distilled. Because that worries me. I've got lots up on that wall there, and none of them are triple distilled, and they carry a lot of flavour. But then a lot of them also have higher ABVs.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think I'm right in saying not a huge number of 18-year-old whiskies are only 40%. I think a lot of them are at least a bit above.
Check the 18 behind you, up on the Centenary and the standard 18. I will check in my cupboard because I think you might be right. Okay, not here though.
So that one actually, the Centenary is 40.
Yeah, I angled them on purpose because it was going to be hard to get them on or off.
Well, the 18 probably, I'm assuming, is 40 as well. 40.
Different 18 though. I'm pretty sure you're right though, because I think a lot of 18s typically sit at 45, 46, which makes more sense. My singleton is 40, by the way, as well.
Yeah.
I think they do that on purpose. I think
sure
they do it on purpose because
I'm
it's
sure the
smoother.
Bowmore is more. I think the liver is like 42, 43.
Isla's always having
Yeah.
higher though, don't they? Isla's
Yeah.
are always. Bunnahabhain is 46 as a standard.
God, I know what Talisker 18 is.
46.
So
46.
actually, yeah, we can tell. Where's the sample pot?
We don't have that as it's 25 we have, not the
That's
18. You know what we're going to do when we have that sample? Send it.
Oh yes, well there will definitely be heron involved.
Of course. It'll just be another post that says heron on it again.
Same post-it probably.
I have enough left for a YOLO swag fam, and I'm going to do that in a minute.
I have too much for YOLO.
I do, but I'll wait, of course. So, as a thing for those who are interested, stream-wise, tomorrow on Discord will be Talisker sample set. I will be providing two, my own 25 from my sample, and this one is not included. My Diageo Special Release 2021 Smoky, which I have a bottle of that's open, but also have a sample, which is fine. And we'll be each doing a 25. We've got a Talisker 10 in a decanter. Yeah. Dave will be providing the Port Ree and the 2023. Yes. Oh, no, he won't be, because I have that open there.
I've not there.
So Dave gets to take some home with him, which is lovely.
Yes. Well, I brought the entire sample set.
So we'll be drinking his Talisker 10. I'll keep my Port...
yours and topping yours up with mine.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
I'll keep my Port Ree, though, because well, it's not as dark as other port finishes, but that's fine. We'll get to it. Anyway, yes, that'll be Sunday. Monday is my birthday. We will, Dave and I will have a little discussion tonight or tomorrow and work out what we're going to drink then, because it'll be probably my bedroom, just easier. Sit at the laptop and do it. Yeah, a computer, sorry. And on Tuesday, no streams, but Wednesday, a McCullen stream here, not worth a cork. There will be 2 Night on Earth ones.
We hope.
Well, we hope so, but it's a bit tricky. There'll be also a sample from a very collectible bottle, and a bottle that's worth a lot of money now that was worth soddle when he bought it.
Yeah.
The next stream after that will be obviously a week later in Norwich. 5 days later actually in Norwich.
Yeah. That would be 5 Monday.
Yeah, Monday. Yeah. So you get 3 streams in 1 month. It won't be a regular thing. It's just because they've got more than a week off of work to come to a funeral and yeah,
Dave managed to combine holiday quite well with day in lieu. So
and we haven't finished just yet, guys. I didn't
the owner's off. Say bye to the owner, people.
Maybe I was felt like I was ending. I was dawdling because Dave hadn't finished. Got enough yet to get to the finish.
Dave is not going to YOLO swag fan this because Dave has had it twice before and has YOLO swag fan once.
Well, I haven't, and I'm going to.
Dave may or may not need a hot chocolate, so or any alcohol in his hot chocolate.
That's really nice. Obviously, I know it's wrong to do it, but I didn't pay for it, so I don't
it's
really.
Wrong, but it felt so right.
Well, it's that thing. I didn't pay for it. It's like if I paid for this blue label. Yeah. I'm not shooting it.
No.
There isn't a version of this reality where I'll do it because I paid for it.
Well, the 24 other universes, maybe. But...
I paid for it. I'm not going to shoot that because I know how much it cost. Yeah. That's what it is. It's not the same as the Talisker up here because that's a very small bottle. If it was the full bottle, there might be some contention. It's a thing of I know what should or shouldn't be shot, and I know I will for the sake of a stream. But when it comes to certain whiskies that I pay for, no. In this one, it's Jameson's. It's their coup de grace. It's really nice. It's definitely the best of the lot. Yeah. But I did enjoy the single pot still more because I think it's higher ABV. Yeah. Not as high as the overproof, but I think the single pot still was more refined than the overproof.
Yeah, I mean, this is lovely, but I think they could have possibly done more with it.
I think if they left the ABV higher, if they left it at 46, 47, I think that would have been where that would have absolutely shone. Yeah. I think that would have shone. I reckon that's where the cast strength does better. And I really want to get the 18 Bow Street to find out. I want to find out. I still think that's a banger, though.
Yeah,
and I'll happily drink.
I mean,
I'm not going to say no to more.
Basically, if the negative comment we have about this is that it could have been a little bit better if it had been cask strength, 46%, whatever.
Yeah.
That's like saying, I don't know, Heidi Klum could have been better not wearing her clothes. She's still hot in her clothes, that sort of thing we're talking about. Maybe not now, but several years ago, maybe.
No lie, you say that. There was a tabloid article on her a couple of days ago. She's topless on a beach, frolicking around with a young man that's her boyfriend who's like 20 years younger. And I'm like, who gives a fuck?
But that's what we're talking about. It's a difference between a clothed and unclothed Heidi Klum, or whichever supermodel you find attractive, or whatever. That's what we're talking about. It's not.
I'm asexual. I don't find anyone attractive.
True. It is by no means bad. It is great. There's room for it to have been a little bit better.
There's something I've noticed though. While I'm a fidget, and my walking around a lot today has proven that, much like with the Penderin, I don't really feel it.
A little bit, but yeah.
I don't feel anything. I feel great. I haven't had too much to drink. I feel fine. Like Penderin, we drank more, and I felt nothing.
Yeah, was it 8?
9.
9.
It was 9 because there was a double in there somewhere as well.
Bye, Jigger.
Let's go ahead and nudge this.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel nothing. I feel nothing, and it's a fantastic whiskey. It's all good. Ola said bye. Thank you for being here, Ola. We are coming to the end though. Actually, yeah. No, I've said that because I think I don't think there's anything else we can add to this discussion. We've had a really good stream, I think. There are also going to be some pictures on the Instagram. We'll probably take a couple just before we finish and go to the house for a hot chocolate.
Yes.
As there are no questions, we hope you enjoyed this. We hope to see you tomorrow on Discord for a Talisker tasting stream. There will be a full Talisker live stream on YouTube in August.
For reference, Talisker is the thing that tends to get us wrecked. So if you want to see that, well, you can't see it, but join the Discord and listen in.
Depends who's in my DMs.
True. But join the Discord and listen in, because Talisker really fucks us up sometimes.
We have a good relationship with Talisker. Much like with Johnny Walker, where Dave wakes up in the middle of August with his phone in his face, and I wake up with my arse in the air in the bathroom, my head against the door, wondering how the hell that happened.
Yeah.
No t-shirt on, and my trousers down just beyond my bottom. My
I at least have my t-shirt on, and my trousers.
I'm laying on the floor like arms completely flat, bottom of the air. I'm like, my head's against the door. If someone opens this, it's gonna fucking hurt. Especially if it's the eldest niece. She won't be able to move the door. She won't be able to move the door because my feet were against the other end because the bathroom's too small. Anyway, is there anything Dave would like to say before we finish? No, just that, to be fair, I've only had a couple of those before, and that was a very nice experience to try some of the other ones. And you've had all that. Yeah, really? It's nice to know that Jamesons have a big range that all are enjoyable. No dud on the whiskey front. No bad Jamesons. And explicitly whiskey front. I really enjoy what we've left out. Yeah, we don't talk about that. No. Jameson liqueur stream another Jameson day. Orange, no. Liqueur stream another time. Anyway, I really enjoyed every single one. Each one felt like a step up. The IPA and the stout are great additions to the standard line. I don't know if Crest has been discontinued. I hope it's not, because again, that's really good, and that's not an introductory dram. Standard is. I think that's a weird combo. Black Barrel threw me because it's not really charred, but it is. But it's charred. Clearly, it's a rum cask. Has to be rum cask. It seems to fit more with a rum cask, doesn't it? Yeah. But it's not a cider cask, is it? No. The fruity profile. It's not Pomona cask, is it? No. It's not fucking IPA cask, is it? No. I can't think of any other cask. It's not Spanish Granache cask, is it? It's not gin or cask. In case Meg's sister is listening, Granache or Granuchachu? Ganeshi? Or Anyway, thank you all for joining. We really appreciated it. We really enjoyed today. I know it's our first stream back after a couple of months. We will try and get better at regularity. Yeah. We will be back here on Wednesday, unless Dave goes home early, which might happen. If you jinx my drinks again without my permission. Okay. It's unlikely. Yes, unlikely. Very unlikely. He doesn't know how to answer a welcome. We're going to go back to the house and have some hot chocolate and chill out for a bit. Probably take a couple Insta pictures just for the sake of it, because I have an idea. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you all on Wednesday or tomorrow on Discord if you're interested. Please do join the Discord. Leona will relink again, I'm sure. Yes, please do join, and have a good evening, everyone, and we'll see you on Wednesday, if not before.